guys. I see you guys in the chat. Welcome back. Hopefully, you had a good Easter for those that celebrate Easter. Good weekend. The soaps were crazy this week, especially I would say on Bold for those that did get to see today's episode. I know that it was preempted by a news broadcast, so a lot of the folks in the majority of the U.S. did not see it unless you saw the Canadian version or you guys were on the West Coast. So it was pretty interesting stuff. I mean, I know, Bree, you said it was mostly kind of filler, except for the Sheila and Taylor scenes, which I agree.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yep. So I don't think, and we'll when we get into bowl, we'll talk about it. I kind of maybe don't. Oh, we got Keisha on the line too. It's not just me and Bree today. Keisha's out here
Hello.
over here with us too.
Hi, guys.
Yep. So let me do my spiel. Maybe that's why they're wondering. So welcome you guys to Soap Corner Talk, where myself, T, I got Bree, I got Keish. We're recapping The Young and the Restless, The Bold and the Beautiful for the week of March 30th through April 3rd and parts of April 6th, because we did see some of the Y&R and B&B. Well, and Beyond the Gates was on, but from what I understand, it was mostly about Naomi and Jacob. We do The Young and the Restless first, Bold and the Beautiful second, Beyond the Gates third, and then we have our segments Flip the Script, Who's Taking Several Seats, Star of the Week, Pickle of the Week, Simple Olympics, and the Lily Winters Award. Make sure you guys hit that like button. I do. How many people in the chat? Brie, can you tell?
Girl, well, we got over 40 people
Okay.
within a couple of seconds.
Uh, okay, so let me see. I'm going to start a poll. And I know some of you guys who are, okay, maybe I rephrase it. Oh, liking.
Oh, Miss Serena.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm going to start the poll. There you go. So for those that are subscribers to my channel and follow me on Instagram and on TikTok and on here on YouTube, I've been doing a series of videos with Miss Serena, Street Talks in these soap streets. She's been doing individuals. Started off with Lily, then there was Taylor, and then there was Kane, Ivy, um, Diane, and then I also did one today with Sheila. Okay. And so I also tried Serena with the spoilers for all three soaps yesterday. So I kind of wanted to put that poll out there to see, if you guys have been enjoying those fun clips. So I do see the poll. I see 92% of you guys are saying yes. And well, it's changing a little bit here and there. So, but in majority, we got 15 votes. Yeah, put your votes in right now. I see some people commenting, like Aisha is like, it was great. Gail said, thanks to Serena for interviewing the characters. I kind of wanted to create, just to kind of give you a little back story on Miss Serena. There's a lot of times that even myself or even my fellow co-hosts, when we had these conversations, we would hope that something would be said to the characters, and of course, we're not on the show. It's obviously a fictional piece. So this gives the opportunity for Serena to actually speak up on some of the things that we wish we could say to those characters, keeping it respectful, keeping it closely, strictly to either past dialogue or, to the current script. I have seen comments across soap social media on the video saying, oh my gosh, Serena ask and say the same things that we wish we could say. And that was my point.
Yep,
So,
exactly.
I mean, even some of the things we talked about, and shout out to my co-host, some of the things that they say, sloppy cheaters, or so like we were talking about with Deacon and Taylor, or I had Ivy at the end of her video say it's not proper. She's with RJ now. So trying to keep it interactive. Now I know there was a question about whether I can get the actual characters to talk. That's a fine line. So I'll use little things that they have said in the script, either on a previous episode, but to have the back and forth dialogue, I have to create voice matching, and all of those different things. So I can only use probably a three-worded phrase, trying to shape it in the voice tone that they could use in order to make that work. But long back and forth conversations is not something that I really, really can do. Plus, I don't want to cross any lines with the, you know, with the channel.
Copyright.
Yeah, I don't want to misrepresent the actors and actresses, so that's why I keep them quiet. And pretty much from what the soap fans are saying, I put that in Serena's dialogue to kind of have a conversation with them, basically what we would say if we could talk to them. So that's what it's all about. All right. Okay. Y'all got anything to say about that, or, you know?
I like it.
Okay.
It's like we get to kind of vent about like our frustrations with certain characters respectfully,
Mm-hmm.
but as if we were in front of them. Same way, like if we were to talk through like the TV screen whenever we see our
Exactly.
characters.
Exactly. Exactly. And
It's
some.
definitely a clever.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead,
I was
Keith.
gonna say it's a clever or more entertaining way to take in either spoilers or recaps or whatever the
Mm-hmm.
content is that you're doing. You're doing it with the visual of like people instead of
A
just listening to a
voiceover.
voice. Yeah.
Right. Right. So yeah, and I have not as of yet. I know other genres and other niches are doing this, whether it's in fitness or in the relationship space, or things like that, but I have yet to see it in this space. So it's obviously something new to the space. It seems like a lot of folks are enjoying it. There's a couple, just like my poll, there are a few that maybe not like it. That's understandable. That's cool too. But it allows us to give a voice to the fans to say, and I've actually connected some of those. Like in the Kane video, I'll say, well, I tried to tell Lily about herself when I already did a video on Lily. Or like when I did between Taylor and Sheila. I did Taylor first, but then when I did Sheila's video, I told in the Sheila's video, Serena said to her, "Well, I tried to tell that girl that you saw the pizza box." So I also intertwine previous clips that the conversation is still have some continuity with multiple characters, even though they're in different separate videos. So I do that as well. Yep. All right, you guys. Enough of that. I just wanted to kind of get a gauge. I know a lot of that's been going on for the past 4 or 5 days. So, for those that are enjoying it, I really appreciate the support. And for those that don't, I understand. Some people don't like that type of thing, and that's cool too. All right. So, without any further ado, we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump into Y&R. It's still kind of sort of the aftermath of what happened with Jack on that boat. Um, with Lily coming back, she got to face the music. She had conversations with her brother this past week. Um, that whole conversation with Phyllis, because I was looking forward to that. I think that was on the Thursday episode where they was like, Phyllis will confront Lily. That really wasn't a confrontation to me. Because then she ended up getting double teamed with Victoria. And then the drama that's going on in L.A. I mean L.A. in Vegas.
Vegas.
Yeah. All right. So where y'all want to start? Do y'all want to get Vegas out the way, or did y'all see something in particular y'all want to kind of get through?
I guess we could get Vegas out the way because I think that was kind of like the short stint for this week.
Yeah.
This man about to cheat on his, I guess,
Girlfriend. And you know what? How they start out, you know what we say, Bree.
it's how they finish.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So I'm like, how far is Adam going to take this? So it really wasn't all that, exciting. We saw that he basically showcasing his skills at Spider, and you know, we also were able to see Matt Clark, and I'm like, thank God Roger H is back on the screen. I was not gonna dare say his last name, but I was like, everything is kind of pretty much leading towards those two meeting up, and I'm like, this Riza person, I wonder how long they're actually going to keep her on, because she actually does have great chemistry on screen with both men, but particularly with Adam. And I'm like, she would definitely give Chelsea a run for her money, because I'm like, this is like a tall, statuesque, like supermodel, double agent type of person. And this will definitely shut Chelsea all the way up with this righteousness about being a Newman. But I am hoping that he won't take things too far, but it's hard for me not to see that. And if he cheats, I'm like, oh well, Chelsea, this is pretty much what you get, girl.
Yeah, I mean, they started out cheating on, Billy and Sally. So, I mean, then he goes. Do you think he's playing along, or do you think he's going to actually go through all the way with when it comes to Riza?
A part of me feels like half of him is enjoying this. Like a part of him misses it, because I don't get a sense of Adam Newman when he's in the room with her. I feel like he snaps back as soon as he gets in front of his brother and he changes his tune. But I feel like a part of him kind of enjoys it. The way he was kissing her,
right?
Tongue all up in the mouth. I'm like, if only you knew where her tongue was just then. But, okay.
Right, she was kissing because she playing two in the middle.
Okay, but she's more into more into Adam than I thought.
I think she's more into Adam too. I
guess
do.
What I don't understand is, why did Adam need to present himself as being single in order to work with her again?
The crazy thing is, she asked him when they first had an interaction, and he brought up the fact that he is with Chelsea to her. She just don't care.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But he has to pretend to be into her romantically in order for her to work with him?
I guess. I don't know how they got that written, because that's what it seems so. Because, I mean, if he told her, I remember that specifically, that, that he brought up Chelsea and Connor back home and all this kind of stuff. But I don't know. I mean, I don't get that part either, Key. She was like, do you have to prove? You already told her you got somebody.
Right. I guess, like, he wants to try to get more information about this is their way of trying to get more information about Matt Clark, since they know that she is associated with him. So he's using this angle of being Spider, because that was their original connection together when he was in Vegas the last time. So he's trying to make it seem like, my family, someone's solar company, and I'm about to be broke. I need to try to make money, and yada, yada, yada. And, like, help me get into this. And then now he has to wait for her to introduce her partner and all this other crap. So it's just a long-winded way just to reintroduce him to Matt Clark, which I'm like, if anything, you guys still have power. Why don't you ask the hotel staff to see the security footage or something?
Girl, that would be just too easy.
They're too security
smart. Don't exist in the soap world.
Right.
Don't nobody have doorbell cameras, surveillance
Right.
cameras, nothing.
Well, we did get security over on Bold for a minute.
For a hot
And
second.
Exactly.
And that security
That
didn't
lasted for like
work.
5 minutes. They expect us to forget that Steffi and them had video cameras or doorbell cameras and all that kind of stuff set up. Magically, they don't anymore.
Mm-hmm. Girl.
And the same thing with the ranch. Somehow they always talk about all the security, and then people are just able to get onto the ranch and kidnap people or attack somebody. It's so stupid.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
Yep, I agree. What do y'all think about? I mean, that man was tweaking. Um, Nick. Nick got a hold to some of that powder and them pills, and he was man. I gotta give it to Josh Morrow because he is knocking it out the park with this whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Me too. He better get his Emmy nomination finally.
But here's the interesting thing, though, and I think we talked about this, Bree, is that he was on the phone with Chelsea and Sharon. Dude decided to just zone out and start slurring and stuff, and y'all was like, "Hello, are you okay?" No, he's not okay.
And Sharon is a psychologist.
Right.
I mean, she swears that she knows Nick like the back of her hand. Every other scene, she loves talking about Nick. You would have thought that she would have, and both of the women were with Nick.
Mm-hmm.
You would think they would kind of take note that, okay, he's sounding different. He sounds a little off. Something doesn't seem right. But Sharon, most of all, like, lady, you are a whole psychologist. But every time Sharon speaks, she sounds like she's on something too.
Right.
Yeah, she does.
Yes.
The way that she
Well,
was
wait a
talking
minute.
to
Isn't
Daniel,
she still? I mean, after everything that she'd been through the last 3 years, she might be taking something. I mean, sometimes you can take everyday medication and it kind of throw you off a little bit because of the side effects. You know what I mean?
I get that part, but like just the way that she talks, it's just like you would have thought like she's like, I'm trying to be politically,
Correct.
respectful. But like you would have thought that she was on something. Just like when we found out that whole storyline where her stuff was getting laced with because of Ian and Jordan, she still sounds the same.
She sure does. Loopy.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm like, girl, are you okay?
But I mean, go ahead. Who was that?
I'm gonna
Keisha,
step away
you
for a
finna say
second.
something?
No, I wasn't saying nothing.
Oh, that was Bree.
That was me. I'm gonna clear my get some water real quick. Lose my
Oh,
voice.
okay. But yeah, I mean, this man is clearly not okay on the phone, and both of them are listening to him, and they confused. Oh, is he all right? No, he's not all right. If I heard, a person that I've been around and known for a long time, and they're sounding like him, I'm about to call somebody. You know, so I don't know. That's crazy. I guess we can take it back to Genoa City. Did you kind of catch a lot of YNR last week, or not really, Keish?
I watched several episodes.
Oh, okay. All right. So, what did you think about now, Kane? Because we kind of talked about it before we got on live. What do you think about Kane's new attitude toward Lily?
I mean, I think regardless of the fact that um, the man was obviously madly in love with her and was vowing to do anything he could to get her back, he's justified in being angry with her because she involved their kids in deceiving him in a horrible way. So I mean, I get his anger.
Mm-hmm.
I don't blame him for now, like not wanting anything to do with her.
Mm-hmm. Do you also think that he needs to look at some of his actions on that he participated in?
Um, I mean, I think he should have taken the hint when the first time she told him that she never wanted him back, like she didn't want to be with him, instead of continuing to press the issue. But I don't think that he deserved this,
Mm-hmm.
which her faking this kidnapping. I think that was dead wrong. I mean, business wise, he did make some stupid decisions
Mm-hmm.
for sure, but I still think I think Lily went too far in trying to, I guess, I don't know if she called it payback for what he did, or in trying to get a little piece of the action herself,
Mm-hmm.
trying to get Chancellor back. But yeah, you don't involve your kids in something like that. And I know her kids are adults, but still, like, your mom is basically influencing you to deceive your father in a horrible way. Like, I don't know. Lily doesn't get any. She don't get any grace from me for that one.
Yeah.
Sure.
That was nasty.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, yeah, she first of all, she wanted to pretty much break this man. And I don't
Hmm.
I mean, I still don't understand what she's so angry about because even if you go back 6 years when Daniel Goddard left the scene, wasn't he the one helping her when she got out of prison or something?
He
I don't
sure
think.
did. And she kicked him to the curb because he was helping her. But she allowed Billy to help her.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And so I'm like, that should have been a cue for him then, but I guess he's a glutton for punishment because even when he came back to town last year, she was still throwing Damien in his face. All is hot and cold when they got back to Genoa City. Then she worked with Victor the first time to to pretty much destroy Arabesque, which, as we see in tomorrow's episode, it looked like did a darn good job of it. And then to double down even further, she says, "Oh, I'll go on a date or two." Had this man changing shirts and doing all types of jumping through hoops and all of this, only to then at the end, because of Phyllis in the mix, because of she saw the two of them together, or she saw Phyllis kiss him. Now all of a sudden, she want to destroy his entire world. It's like, at what point, Kane, did you not see that this girl is foolish?
That's See, this is why Serena is great, so she can ask these questions to King. Because that's a valid point. She went through three dudes.
Mm-hmm.
Three. Daniel, yeah, Billy, Daniel, and then Damien.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, what are you so mad at? This man said he wanted to share his wealth with you, his billions with you and y'all's children. So you're mad at that because he didn't tell you
about it. Mm-hmm.
and your kids are mad at that because for whatever reason, I don't even know anymore. But you guys will go to great lengths to keep a major, like, criminal secret. Because this is criminal activity that she did with her kids.
Mm-hmm.
Because if they had gotten the police involved, then what? Paying restitution and everything. But that's all because you're mad over what?
Yeah,
And
it
then
looked
you
like.
wanted to.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, Bree. I thought you were done.
Oh,
Finish.
I'm sorry. And she wants Chancellor as a reward, as if Victor was ever going to give her that.
The crazy thing about this, going back to the key word, is why are you mad? Why are you so mad? All because he didn't tell her that he was a billionaire. Okay, and what? What? I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? The
It's
way
not
that
even.
they had that written was that she was upset that he was the one that ended up being Aristotle Dumas. She was mad about the alias, and she was mad about the fact that I guess they've been seeing each other due to the kids over the past 6 years, and she had no idea that he was building an empire and that he had an alias of Aristotle Dumas.
Which, once again, that ain't even your man.
Right? Why are you so mad? You're not even in a relationship with this man. He don't owe you anything. Your
And she
kids
went
are
through.
different.
Yeah, that's one thing. But even still, he was making money, and you're
Hmm.
mad.
Right.
He became a multi-billionaire in the shortest time probably in history.
And
That's
that's,
unheard of. And he was building it for you. He
yep.
said he wanted to share that with you, so you don't have to go work for your brother. You can keep the money within y'all's family. But that wasn't good enough, though.
Nope.
But teaming up with Victor for whatever, I'm so sick of them going to Victor for everything. Mm-hmm. They can't think for themselves. They feel that he is the end all be all. Like everyone is just so stupid. Same with Audra was stupid when she had a whole company for herself. And she chose to team up with Victor only to be jobless for about a year and some change.
Mm-hmm.
So, and once again, Lily committed a whole crime with her kids only to come out empty handed because Victor already wants to use Chancellor for him and his family.
Mm-hmm.
They get played every time.
Yeah, I mean, and it's the people that hate him the most that still end up doing deals with him. I mean, even when Phyllis decided to make that deal with, I'm like, you claim to literally hate this man. Yeah, you go over there and toast up a bottle of alcohol with him and say, well, I'm playing in the big leagues. That man is playing in your face. But they
And then
keep.
you had Nikki, and I can't wait to get to that because I think that was today's episode, right? Where she's telling Jack, "Oh, I miss Victor."
Oh, God, yes. That was today.
If Serena ever interviews her, boy, we got a lot to say.
Right.
He made a whole big deal, like, I'm leaving him. I can't do this. After what he did to Jack, this is unconscionable to say, oh, I miss Victor. They choose to be a glutton for punishment. I forget what that term is,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like they're masochists. Like, what do you guys see in this man that you lose all logic? And actually that's really for the writers, to be honest, because I'm like, this man has yet to be held accountable for the crimes. He's faked the kidnapping, and he actually kidnapped somebody, and no one is holding this man accountable. Not Jack, not Diane, not Kyle, not Lil, like nobody. That is crazy to me.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. And yeah, Diane is another one. Oh God. Ooh, Lord. Yeah, we'll talk about her in a minute too. But yeah, Victor never gets handed any accountability, which is why he continued to move the way he does. He's pretty much in this town untouchable because you got the people on the ground that's protecting him. When you got people like that conversation with when it comes to Phyllis's kids and all this all kind of stuff, they are upset that Victor has lost his company. I don't know who is worse, Michael or some of the rest of these people.
And I'm Michael. Yeah. But even Daniel, who's not even associated with that family at all. Oh, it's like, you mad at your mama for getting a company? At least she got a job. Where's your job at?
But the crazy thing is, you got people dismissing their own lineages from other sides just to bow down to the Newmans. I mean, when we were talking about Summer, and I know we kind of jumping all over the place, But with Summer and what she had to say, and Daniel talking about her family. Okay, well, what about Harrison's family? I mean, that's your
Exactly.
what did your grandfather try to do to your son's family? He kidnapped his grandfather, and you're not saying anything about that. But you mad.
Victor Victor can do no wrong,
Mm-mm.
but
Mm-mm.
Phyllis is enemy number one, and she keeps pointing out. And I'm on Phyllis's side when it comes to that because, like, even she pointed out how the men in that city, especially Victor, has gotten away with the same thing that she did with the coup, and it fell into her hands pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
What does it have to do with Daniel? Why can't she see the business move? But all he can say, like, that's Summer's family. She's like, I'm Summer's family too. She gave birth to that girl.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I can't stand when they put. Oh, sorry.
Oh no, you're good, girl.
That's why I can't stand when they put Victor at the center of these storylines, because we know that they're not going to write him in a way, or write the story in a way where Victor actually is punished, even if it's not legally, like something personally. Have him punished in a way personally for the things that he's done, but they don't even bother to try to do it. Like, they didn't even bother to try or to have someone attempt to call the police when
Right.
he was doing all this kidnapping. They
Mm-hmm.
don't even they didn't even make it to where Claire or Victoria or even Nick even seemed like they were upset with the things that their father was doing. It was just kind of like, yeah, I mean, he can go a little overboard, but he doesn't mean any harm. And it's like, if this is how they're going to write Victor all the time, I, I, he just needs to be a side character. He just needs to be in the background as the OG and the talk to for Victoria and Nick and I guess Abby, when he remembers that he's got another daughter. And just stop putting him at the center of these stories, because we know how this stuff is going to end, and the writing is frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
It's frustrating because it's always going to go in Victor's way.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I agree. I agree. Now, I will say his family is falling apart, though. I mean, you got Nick on drugs. Adam is about to get back into the gambling life, it seems. I mean, he kicked Nikki out the house. The only person that's really supporting him is his mini me, Victoria. But that
Mm-hmm.
family is falling apart at the seams, though. But he don't even care. See, it's one thing. Here's the thing: punishment and outcomes and stuff only have an impact if you feel some type of accountability to it. Because
Mm-hmm.
he don't care about what's happening. His family is falling apart, and he's sitting up in that house worried about that company. You ain't worried about what's going on in Vegas. Dude is
Mm-hmm.
about to OD up in the bathroom. You
Yep.
know, who knows Victor with Adam, how deep is he going to get back into the gambling world? And Nikki is probably 2 seconds off of being with Jack in the next couple of weeks or for May sweeps. Who knows? So I mean, you so worried about this doggone company and trying to put pawns here and there, and your family is falling apart.
Has
Mm-hmm.
he ever loved his family?
No, he see them as only as useful as they can be.
Right. And that's the other frustrating thing, is that what affects him?
Nothing.
What affects Victor? Like, they
But that
never
nothing
have.
affects a narcissist though. It's only about what's useful to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
And I
one.
guess that's the I
Hmm.
guess that's the frustrating thing about the character in general, because if he doesn't care about anything, then there's no way to punish him.
Mm-mm.
Like, like for instance with Sheila, we know that her marriage to Deacon is everything to her. So
Right.
losing that is her, like that would be a punishment for her.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Victor doesn't seem to give a crap whether or not Nikki is there. If she's pissing him off, then he has no issue kicking her out of the house. So he doesn't. It's like he doesn't care.
Mm-mm.
So I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm over it with Victor.
Yeah, if the person don't serve any usefulness to Victor, he doesn't care. And the fact that she's trying to she has empathy, which he does not. And so she feels sorry about what happened to Jack and how could you do this, and he's still talking about I lost my company. Okay, but that don't mean you go and kidnap somebody.
And that's not even Jack's fault.
Right, Jack doesn't even have anything to do with it. If anybody you would, and I'm not saying that he should have, but if you were going to pick somebody, you kidnap Phyllis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or Daniel.
Or Daniel.
Daniel, yeah.
Right,
Daniel is who he should have kidnapped to begin with. I think I said that a few weeks ago. Kidnapping or pretending like Lily had been kidnapped and her kids when Kane didn't even have
The
control of the company made zero sense.
Exactly.
Why didn't you go for Daniel, who you're not related to, and who Phyllis loves her kids to death? That's who should have been taken.
Yeah, that didn't make sense to me. And you're exactly right. Go ahead, Bree.
I was going to say, and that would have really got Summer involved. I don't know if she would hold her grandfather accountable, but she would have forced her mother's hand to give up the company for her brother. But the part that gets me is like with Victoria and Claire, especially when Claire went to go confront her grandfather. The way she did it was just like, oh, well, I see why you did it, but did she have to really do it? Oh, okay. I understand.
And this man had the nerve to sit around and talk about his childhood. Man, that was 60 years ago. I hear people say,
60 plus.
Right. I hear people, I understand, boy, when you work through things, like in this situation, if you're in your 20s, 30s, you're fresh out of that, you're trying to rebuild, you have built your entire life. And then you want to use that as an excuse to kidnap Jack, to do this thing with Lily, and all this other stuff. No, you made a conscious choice to do this in the now.
Right. I'm like, sir, you have grown grandchildren. You're a great grandfather at that. And what does the orphanage have to do with the fact that you calculated a kidnapping, 2 of them actually, and one you actually felt you were able to do something against somebody's will with this one who wasn't even associated with them taking your company. So for Claire to act like she's so smart, her grandfather is telling her this, and she's like, oh, okay. I understand. Yeah, and this is why I'm glad Kyle started to chew her out. And the way he chewed out Victoria too, I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
I really liked this conversation with Victoria.
As he should have, because she's acting like, well, my dad lost his company. Okay, so what they got to do with me? What they got to do with Jack? I mean, your dad lost his company, but Billy didn't even own it. That's just like the same thing with Kane. He didn't own it. Lily should have been a done deal at that point. Like, okay, there's no use for me to stick her. I understand that, Crystal Khalil was still on maternity leave, so they obviously had to stretch out her being gone, right? But in the literal sense of the dialogue, it's like once you found out Kane did no longer have the AI program or access to it, at this point, why did you keep that going? And then when you found out that Billy no longer had Chancellor because Phyllis hadn't signed over the paperwork, there was no reason to kidnap Jack.
Except to be vindictive.
Right.
Because they'll forever have their feud.
He's still mad about the whole thing with Nikki,
Yes.
right?
He's still butthurt from 2024.
Oh boy.
Yeah, he's still mad about the fact that this man, this is what this has been about for the last 2.5 years, is the fact of what happened in that hotel room between Jack and Nikki. And this man has been on a rampage with this. And it's been mixed up in multiple storylines over the past 2 years.
And it's just as ridiculous as that 2.5 year span of Phyllis raging about Diane and trying to break up her and Jack and trying to drive her out of town.
Mm-hmm.
Just as ridiculous as that.
Yeah, it's crazy. Um, all I know is that this whole plan that he got with Lily, I just hope it blows up in her face. Now, I know some people are asking about Shamar Moore, Malcolm Winters. You will see him in the Tuesday, April 7th episode, which is tomorrow. Um, it pretty much is going to tie the rumor together. Y'all probably have been hearing it, but I don't want to spoil it for you guys. So, it's bringing another member to somebody's family. So I'll just say that.
Yep.
you know. So, Vivica Fox will also be in tomorrow's episode too. Yep. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, that was a shocker to me who she is.
Yeah, they've been pulling stuff out the crates for the last 4 or 5 years. So why not pull them out the crates too?
The Shamar Moore, he looks so good. He ain't.
Girl, that man is almost 60 and he looked that good.
That man has been fine all of his life. Same with Blair Underwood. All of them. Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And he got that deep raspy voice. Yeah. So y'all will get to see him tomorrow. Bringing on a storyline to tie some stuff together. And I think, Bree, you said that they're going to be on for 3 episodes.
It's just 3 episodes, so we'll probably won't see them after Friday.
Okay. Did they ever cancel? Is his show? What was that show? Was it 911 or something?
SWAT.
SWAT. Yeah. Is it still coming on, or that's they ended?
I think it's officially canceled after this year.
Oh, after this year.
Yeah, because they brought it back after like the fans demanded, and I think they are canceling. I think this is the last season.
Okay.
It will end in May or something.
Okay. I got a quick question. It's unrelated. Bree, did they cancel Sisters? Or are they on a break?
I think for right now they're on a break.
Okay. Gotcha.
Because they haven't made an official announcement.
Yeah.
But
I've been hearing rumors, but I'm not sure.
Nothing I've heard for season 11.
Okay. Yeah, it just stopped midstream after the whole thing, from 2 weeks ago. I'm like, dang, what happened? So, I don't know. I just wanted to ask you. I forgot to ask you on the sidelines about that.
That's all good.
All right. So, let's see. Moving on. We got Jack having a conversation. You kind of touched on that a little bit, Bree, with Nikki and her talking about I miss Victor. I'm like, girl, okay, whatever. Carry your butt back over there. You know you want to be there.
Pretty much.
All
this storming out.
It's storming?
No, I said all this storming out at the house for no reason.
Oh, yeah. I mean, but remember, Victor kicked her out. So
that's true. And then she's trying to save face, say like, I walked away. I couldn't do it anymore. No, that man kicked you out the house. That's right. I almost forgot about that. And you want to crawl back to that same man.
Yep. So then we got I enjoyed that little conversation between Jack and Billy. I really did. Obviously Billy is going to see Jill. And so, Billy really supports his brother. When Jack really needs it, Billy usually step up for him. A lot of times on the flip side, Jack be giving Billy a hard time when Billy needs him. Do y'all notice that?
Yeah, I think I think he recognizes what actually happened to Jack, and
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't cheating.
Mm-hmm.
And Jack is putting blame on himself where he shouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Billy, he wants to support his brother. And I think Kyle is kind of doing the same thing too, because they know that what happened was wrong. And
Right.
that's another reason why Victor should be held accountable, because he set up pretty much the same scenario as when Jack and Nikki were in that hotel
Mm-hmm.
with the party favors and Jack's drink, and that caused him to,
Right.
not have consent. So
Yeah, so I look like the only two people that understand that is Kyle and Billy. Which, that
and Nikki.
and Nikki. And I agree, and Nikki. Which is why that conversation with Kyle and Claire, I mean, she refused to put that blame. Okay, he was on the boat with somebody. How you blame that on my grandfather? It's like he facilitated the entire scene.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, how do you let him skate out of that, Claire? You don't want this man, the same man that showed me love and forgiveness. Man, that man is just as ruthless as your Aunt Jordan, if not worse.
And I think she brought that up to Victor too.
Mm-hmm.
And then he didn't like that. But it's true though. He just had the money and the means to actually carry out his stuff, and he faces no consequences, which is the truth.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, he is just that diabolical. And even her own mother had pointed that out. He got her arrested.
Mm-hmm.
He's fired her numerous times. She's like, all of his kids can share a story about how Victor screwed him over.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure she's heard it. But ever since she's came onto the screen, she's seen how evil Victor has been to Jack and his family, even Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
Even the stuff that just happened over at Nice with Audra, him trying to break them up, like,
yeah.
All of a sudden, this is the lovey-dovey, like, oh, my grandpa, he gave me a horse, he gave me the pony I've ever wanted, and yada yada. I'm like, Kyle, this is why you should have never gotten with this girl. I don't understand why the Abbott men even associated with the Newman women, because they're going to cape for Victor first and foremost.
Mm-hmm. All roads lead back to Victor Newman. Yep. Absolutely. And so that brings us to this whole conversation with Diane. So Jack is, I mean, because at the same time, Jack was having a conversation with Tracy, and this man is like spiraling at this point. I always wanted to live up to my dad's. I've been a playboy in my years, and I came out and tried to change to be a better man, and I want to live up to John Abbott's legacy, and I can't believe. And I'm like, are y'all serious right now? Y'all got this man blaming himself for this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel bad for Jack.
That part is insane. What else is insane is Diane. This girl has lied. Her whole entire existence in 2022 was a big old fat juicy lie. I mean, she used Allie.
Yeah.
To get close to them. Found, hey, Jack, I found you your granddaughter. Chemo is his daughter. You lied about Jeremy Stark. It was one lie every other day that they had to be like, okay, what now? And they forgave all of it. This man turned around, married her, moved her into the Abbott house. She became the matriarch, redecorated the whole darn place. I mean, this man, people was telling him, I mean, Phyllis, Phyllis made a mission to come after this girl. And what did Jack do? Protect her.
Mm-hmm.
Nikki couldn't stand her. He protected her. Her
Ashley.
Ashley, his own sister. This man went through all of this only for this right here. You saw what Victor wanted you to see. And then now you just throw it all away. You moved out the house the same night. What really got me in today's episode, and I kind of put it in that Serena video, when she said it don't matter he was on drugs, he still had a choice. Are you insane?
That doesn't make any sense. That's disregarding anybody who's been a victim. Like, oh, you had a choice not to go through the what?
Yeah. Well, even if he was drugged, he still had a choice. That's an oxymoron in itself. You're under the influence. You can't even drive under the influence. You're going to jail.
Right. that was just insane. And I'm like, Diane, you did this exact thing to Jack years ago when it suited you and your purposes. So you were trying to actually get a baby out the situation. So now that karma, unfortunately, it affected Jack yet again, but it came back to you. So how can you not recognize that your husband was a victim? And I think she was talking to Kyle. She said, like, yeah, I can blame Victor and I can blame Patty, but most of the blame is going to go to my husband. Are you serious, lady?
It's just...
And then talking about like, is someone going to fire me from the job? Like, I can be professional and not have to deal with him. Keep in mind, Jack gave you
exactly
a high level position that you were not qualified for. And Kyle was talking out the side of his neck like, oh, the company would not succeed without you. I'm like, okay, where was this 2023 and 2024, Kyle?
Girl, wait a minute. You can stay at the job, but you can't stay in the house?
Okay. You have no problem collecting the Abbott check and using them Abbott credit cards and using the Abbott name, but you can't be with the patriarch and support your husband, who also tore up a whole prenup, by the way. There's a whole billionaire who tore up a prenup because he put that much faith in you, but you can't reciprocate.
She was going faster than your head can spin. And the issue that I had with all of this is that the way that this was written, besides, the non-consensual thing, is they made her, I don't know, because you know where this started at. Victor specifically blackmailed Billy and said, if you don't give me Chancellor back, you will never see Jack Abbott again. Y'all saw him being drugged and thrown into a vehicle against his own volition. He's been put out in the middle of Lake Michigan on the behest of Victor Newman. And all of that goes out the window. Everything that led up to that point, she just forgot about all of that. And this is like he's been having an affair from prison with Patty for the last 10 years.
Like, he was really looking forward to the woman who pew-pewed him years ago in the chest, who has committed crimes against his own family. Colleen is not with us because of Patty. There's just a multitude of things. So for her to think like, oh, this is what he was wanting, that is crazy. He's a billionaire. He can have any woman he wants. Why would he want the crazy psychopath?
Was you about to say something, Keish?
No, I was just agreeing with Bree.
Yeah, thank you for the super chat, Monique. She said Diane is thinking in her mind he should have had better control of his other head. That ain't how that works. Yeah, I understand. The thing about biology is all about stimuli. And it's not because, let me, but, and I'm not finna go, down that road. But the whole thing is you can clearly see, and that's why when I did the video of Serena talking to Diane, I made it look like she was showing her clips of what actually happened on that boat, where he was, no, 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 wait, 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 what's happening? Something's wrong here. No, 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 no. Because up until majority of that time, he was trying to get up off of that boat. He wanted out of
Mhm.
this situation. Now, from what I understand, is it, and I've been seeing things in other social media. Was it ecstasy?
Um,
Because that's what I've been
well,
seeing. You know what I mean? Hey,
I
Jenna.
guess it. I guess it was because they were talking about how euphoric it was.
Mm,
So I'm not I have no
I don't
idea. I
know.
don't, yeah, I don't partake. But I mean, I'm gonna take the their word for it if they partake, I guess. But either which way, even though he was stupid for drinking and eating on that boat in the first place, he it was out of his control. And this is also dangerous to a former addict, which I think was something that I think Kyle was trying to point out to Claire, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
Claire and
And
Victoria.
Mm-hmm.
and Victoria too this week, last week. But even still, that doesn't register with the other women on this show. Which, if this would be on the flip side, there would be an uproar.
Oh God,
That
yes.
everybody would be on her side. Everyone would be like it would just be vastly different. And the fact that the writing, and this is coming from men, who's writing a storyline to where it's okay for this to happen to men and he treat it like cheating. So Josh Griffin, what were you thinking with this?
Right. I mean, blatantly. We keep talking, and we'll bring back up the Luna situation back from 2024 when it came to Zende. Everybody, it was so many angry people, and the name calling and the creepy and all of this so kind of stuff and taking advantage. Couldn't go. I mean, it blew up like wildfire. When it's
Mhm.
flipped in the situation of Will, and in the situation of Jack, it's just like, oh yeah, well,
You go, well, it's just disgusting. And actually, Daniel was a victim of that too. That's how Lucy got here,
Oh,
if you
that's
remember.
Yep.
right. Daisy, yes, she did. That's how
And
Lucy got here. Yep. And Johnny.
yeah,
Yep.
with Miss Righteous Chelsea, that's how she got a hold of Billy. But thanks to Victor, she
Mm-hmm.
was one of Victor's little henchmen who drugged him and took advantage of him, and that's how we got Johnny.
Yep.
So and then we got, it's just these women are getting away with everything, and that's just unconscionable. And this is another thing as to why it's unnerving as a viewer how Victor doesn't face consequences. Because let's take Phyllis for example, and what happened when he got like the Jack doppelganger.
And Mario,
um
Anaselli,
Marco.
Marco. Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, Daniel, you don't understand what your mother had went through. You pretty much went through the same thing, and it resulted of a child. So why would you be like so hard pressed about your mother's actions as to why she would do this to Victor? She would have a lot of angst. Victor has created a lot of enemies. She just happened to be the one who didn't care and not buckled to him, and was able to get one over on him, even though it's going to be a short period of time.
Yeah.
But
It's
I mean, at least
just,
it's something.
yeah, it's just so crazy when it happens on the other side. It's outrage. It's selective outrage. That's all. That's the perfect term on that. And I'm just gonna stop right there. If y'all got something
Right.
else to say, but yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Diane is getting a nomination for the Lily Award for sure. Because I'm like, all these tears, and I'm like, your husband's pretty much on his knees begging you to hear
Did you
him
hear
out.
what she? Oh yeah, Bree. Did you hear this girl tell? She want her son to hate him.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Just disgusting. And I'm like, you got a lot of nerve, because you were trying to get a child about a Jack when you did this exact same thing to him decades ago.
That's the worst.
She did this exact same thing.
Mm-hmm. I don't like when women do that. It's one thing if the one or the other parent is, mentally and physically abusive or something like that, then yes. But because you mad, you want to interfere with the relationship that child have with the other parent. That is a problem. And because you got your head all distorted because Victor then gaslit the mess out of you, you want your son to hate his father? Mm-mm.
Yeah.
I didn't take her. I guess I didn't take her seriously when she said it. I felt like she was just
venting,
saying it. Yeah, I didn't think that she was serious when she was like, because she said, oh, well, just a little bit. And to me, it almost just kind of seemed like she was being, I don't know if being funny is a correct term, but that was how I took it. I didn't take it serious. I didn't think that she truly meant she wanted Kyle to hate her father or hate his father because they're not getting along right now, or because she's not getting along with him.
So when she faked her own unaliving and was an absentee parent for over 20 years, she would be okay with Jack telling his son to hate her?
No, I'm not saying that.
No, not that. That's not to you. I was like that. That's what I would ask Diane if I was Serena. Like the nerve of her to even, whether she was serious about it or not. Your Jack encouraged the relationship, even after you were an absentee parent for over 20 years by choice.
Yeah, he sure did. Okay. He sure did.
Diane got a lot of nerve.
Yeah,
I'm like you, Jenna. I can't stand that woman. I was okay with her for a while, but now I see what you see, Jenna.
And I'm glad Tracy was there to try to tell Jack that this is not your fault. You're spiraling at this point, but Victor is the one that put this whole thing in motion. And she called it. She called it entrapment.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. I was like, Tracy, thank God. Because if she were to be on Diane's side, I would have lost a lot of respect for Tracy. But I wonder if she's going to relay that information to her sister-in-law. But at least Jack's family is recognizing what happened to him.
Right. I agree with that. Billy, Tracy, Kyle. Diane is the only one in this situation. And even, like I said, like you said earlier, Nikki. But Diane is the only one in this situation that see this man is cheating on her.
I'm like, girl, you got a lot of nerve given your history of you doing this to other men, not even just Jack.
Who else did she do that to?
She tried to entrap Victor.
Oh, Lord.
I mean, I don't want to go down that rabbit hole, but like, trying to get a child.
Is she still a sperm or something?
Something like that.
That was the second thing that she did.
Right.
Oh, okay.
She to be in this judgment that she have of her husband, she ain't got no. Girl, you don't have a leg to stand on. Go look at open up your history book. And maybe you'll realize, like, oh yeah, I think I need to sit this one out. Yeah, you do.
Yeah, and what who said that? Aisha Phil. She said Diane will forgive him eventually. I don't think that she will. I think that we're about to see the breakup of Jack and Diane because I feel like they've been pushing Jack and Nikki so much. It's been like a very slow burn. And I think eventually they'll put Jack and Nikki together, but first they're going to break up Jack and Diane. I think she's going to go for a divorce.
Yeah,
That's just
well,
me.
yeah, and like you say, with the breakup of Victor and Nikki, and now the breakup of Jack and, well, that's what it looks like. You know, she's so worried about Patty. She needs to be worried about Nikki.
Okay, because Nikki has her. She's been having her
Right.
with her husband. Anytime he said, "You can call me morning, noon, night, Yom Kippur. Anytime you need me, I will be there. Food, snacks, anything you need." That's who you should be worried about. She was the first person who wanted to spend Valentine's Day with him.
Mm-hmm. You
Not even
know,
her own husband.
I want. Do you anybody know how long Patty gonna be around?
Who?
Patty.
Uh, I really don't know.
You know, I mean,
I
her popping up over at Jack's house and all of that. I mean, again, in a situation like that, on the flip side, there's no way that the perpetrator should be just walking around free, inciting the victim. And you
yeah,
speaking to his wife, and oh, it was so good, and I did this, and we were in this, and I'm like, no, this ain't entertainment to me. I'm sorry.
yeah. I was questioning that too. I was, to be honest, I wasn't expecting Serena and Matt Clark to still be around because they said that was supposed to
Did you
wrap
say
up in
Serena?
March. What's her name? Serena. What's the girl's name? Not Serena, but the one that Noah keeps crying over.
Deanna.
Sienna.
Tiana. I knew it was. I was close. It was something. I didn't expect for her to be around because they said that their storylines were going to wrap up in March. Now we're in April, so maybe they
Mm-hmm.
had a change of heart or they changed up the storyline a little bit so they can keep them around a little bit longer. Um, so who knows how long they'll keep Patty? She could be his love interest for all we know, because who else is going to
Oh,
get
I
with him?
hope not. Ugh. Okay. Um, we
They have a lot
also.
in common.
Mm, I guess. I don't. Anyway, we also had that other storyline with Mariah going, and Devon and Abby is trying to figure out what type of punishment, and then she has that conversation because it looked like Abby was hard pressed on wanting Mariah to go to prison, and Devon was on the fence. And then somehow they kind of flipped it where after she had the conversation with Daniel, then she kind of was like, I'm on the fence, and now Devon wanted her to go to prison. So I don't know.
And I support that.
Mm-hmm.
So
I fully support that. I was looking at some stuff online because we were talking about this, Keish. I was like, let me go to Reddit. Let's see who's talking about it. And they're mad at Abby and Devon for wanting justice for what happened with their child. And they said, how can they be insensitive to somebody with mental health issues? It's not even about that. It's not even about that. It's still a crime that she committed, and there has to be consequences, especially when it involves a child. That's just my thing.
Right.
And Mariah recognized that. She can get psychiatric treatment and still face her consequences. That's like,
not in the prison system, not like they used to.
What?
Oh yeah, I was having a conversation and asked about that, and to say, hey, in the prison system, do they have rehabilitation type services for people that have mental health issues? And they do not. So that's probably why they differentiate those who are in the position to say, hey, you need mental treatment versus the ones that are like, Yeah, they used to years ago, but
I just want.
now,
So you mean to tell me they can get like any kind of degree or technical
girl, that
degree
stuff
or
is gone. They don't
certification,
have that stuff like that anymore in there. That's years ago.
but they can get cell phones.
They
They
can
have
still get
dating
that kind of stuff in
sites.
prison. It's just a matter of the prison actually offering it. There may be some prisons that don't follow through with it or don't care enough to follow through with it, but there's still prisons that offer that kind of stuff.
I'm
Because
assuming.
I'm like, they get cell phones. They're on their dating sites. They're like, how?
Well, I guess it depends on whether it's medium or maximum security.
Yeah, true.
So it
But
depends on where they sending her. Obviously we know that she's probably going to Fairview or something. But
Which I think is BS.
well, I mean, they're
yeah,
not going to write that character in the corner. She's probably going to be
They did
out.
though, in my opinion. They
Mm.
did that when they had her kidnapping.
I
And
think
they're
they
just
they threw
and
in
now
that.
they're
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I, I was just gonna say, and now the way they're handling it is just not, it's nonsense. Just like the way they wrote Sheila in a corner these last 5 years that she's been on the show, trying to almost killing 3 people, and then it's just, oh, Deacon owed a favor to a judge and she got out of prison and now she's just living this normal life. They've done the same thing with Mariah, in my opinion, with this kidnapping. Now, of course, we know she's not going to go to jail, which is why it was stupid for them to have her do this in the first place.
But you know why they did it? They did it for February sweeps, just like they did the same thing with Eric. They threw that Eric storyline, knowing that they had Deke, who was originally going to design for Katie. But then they like, ooh, what would be more spicier and get the ratings up? Let's try having Mariah do a kidnapping. Didn't work. And then the same thing with having Eric leave Forrester and go help out Katie at Spencer. There was a Hail Mary type of situation for February sweeps because that girl had moved on from Dominic. They just threw that together at the last minute.
Mm-hmm. But
yeah.
what they should have done, um, was instead of having her kidnap Dominic, it should have just been Arya, and this having Tessa show her grace and be willing to forgive her because that's her wife and Arya is her child. It would have made more sense than having her kidnap a child that doesn't belong to her, coming to the child's house, luring the child away, and now she's not going to get prison time, which means she's going to be back out in Genoa City around Devon and Abby and Dom, and we're just going to be expected to believe that Devon and Abby have forgiven this woman for taking their child from them, and was about to cross the border with their child. You know what I mean? That's the kind of ridiculous stuff that I feel like soaps do. And I get that they were trying to do some type of shocking thing for sweeps. But to me, it would have been just as shocking if she would have tried to take Arya and kidnap her child and come back and get forgiveness from Tessa because Tessa loves her so much. And Arya is her, you know what I mean? Arya is her child. This to me, they have written her in a corner, having her kidnap someone else's kid. And now it's like they're trying to make it seem as if she's a victim because she's got these mental health issues. And it's like, Mariah she's not severely um, mentally incapacitated. She knew what she was doing. She knew what she was doing was wrong. So I don't think what happened qualifies her to be in a mental health facility getting treatment. She belongs in jail, and she can request counseling or a therapist in jail. It's just a matter of whether or not the jail wants to give it to her.
And she'll be magically cured by May.
Of course.
Like, I don't understand like why they would reach for these incredibly criminal storylines with the SA, with the kidnapping, and no one really faces any consequences on the show. It's like they're scared to show any police officers or jail. The last jail that we saw was the one that Victor had made for Jordan, and that's it. At least over on Bold, we did see Luna go to jail, even though for like a short stint, but at least we show that there are consequences for those actions, and it's still so worthy. But for Mariah to probably get like a magical cure in May, and I'm like, you took a whole child, and whether or not, and that's the part that I don't like, is when they say like, oh well, she wasn't gonna harm him, nothing was gonna happen, and yada yada. What does that have to do with anything?
Not a single thing.
Like, if she's so mentally incapacitated to where she needs all the psychiatric treatment, that should really put a person on high alert, because she could have snapped at 1 minute. Or if he had said no and he was scared, she could have really, like, anything could have happened. Like, it could have been a car accident. Could have been, like, someone else could have took the baby. Anything could have happened. He was out of his parents' household. Like, there should be consequences. That's just me, though. I'm just speaking as a parent, because I don't like the way that the other characters are like questioning Devon and Abby as to why they feel that there should be more consequences outside of the mental health facility. I'm like,
especially
they were
Lily.
victims. Yeah,
like that's your nephew, and she over there questioning Devon like, well, where were you at? Almost as if she was.
The question should have been, where were you at?
Right. And then you can kind of hear it in Devon's voice at first, or, with his response. And he was like, what is that supposed to mean?
In tomorrow's episode, they pretty much gave her a pass.
Mm-hmm.
Who, Mariah?
No,
Lily.
Oh, well, we knew that wasn't going to last long.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they definitely going to have everybody feeling sorry for her, or, worried. I'm wondering if Kane going to fall in line with that, too.
With the storyline coming up, I think he might change his tune, or he might not care.
Especially if something bad happens to her in the process.
Yeah.
Lily?
Yes.
But with that secret about to be revealed, it may not even have to do with her.
Oh, yeah. I see what you guys are talking about.
I'm not trying to spoil it, because actually it's worth watching tomorrow.
Sorry, y'all. I had to get my charger.
Oh,
that's
but
right.
This was a fairly decent week. The only part that annoyed me was Victoria, and then we had a moment where Phyllis was actually getting on Lily for her actions, and there was nothing really Lily could say back to Phyllis, and then you got Victoria talking about like, oh, the family. Oh. Mm-hmm. And then Phyllis and Sharon had a conversation, and then she relayed all that conversation to Chelsea, but to Victoria. I'm like, you guys want to be Newman so badly.
Yeah, girl, they want to kiss that Newman ring. She went up in there and tried to have a whole kumbaya moment when Phyllis was worried about her. And then they're talking about, we both have won. We got past the Martin Laurent situation. Only for her to go back and tell Victoria and all of them, oh, she really feels sorry for herself. I had a conversation. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
I hate to be your friend.
Your fair weather friends. Phyllis calls them out all the time.
Yep.
She really is. And she will forever side with the Newmans, no matter what they do. And she's still judging Phyllis for what she did. But like, she did the same exact thing about however many years ago with Tucker McCall when he was your husband. But oh well.
Right. All right, did we cover everything?
I believe so.
Okay. Yeah, Jenna says Sharon is never a friend to anybody. She's for the Newman men.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I concur. All right, let's move over the bowl. This whole craziness started out the beginning of the week when it came to. Well, first of all, how many people in the chat, Bree?
Let's see. 100 people. Hey guys, please hit the like button.
Yeah, make sure you guys tap the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Got a lot of different and creative new content over here across all of the soap social media. So you want to be in the know and enjoying the fun, make sure y'all hit that like button. Oh, by the way, happy belated birthday to um what's his name? Oh my god, I'm drawing a blank. Eric Braden. He had a birthday on April 3rd. So, happy belated birthday to the one and only Eric Braden, who plays Victor Newman. It's a lot of birthdays. Jacqueline McInnes Wood's birthday is this month. Melody Thomas Scott, Melissa Claire Egan. I'm not Melissa Claire, Melissa Ordway. Either her birthday was at the end of March, early April. So it's a lot of Aries folks that's on the soap.
So are you?
And I've been at the end of the month. I ain't no Aries.
Oh, I'm sorry. What does that make you? What does that make you?
I'm a Taurus.
Taurus.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
No shade to the Aries folks. Y'all good people.
You sure about that?
Yeah, so shut up, Keish. No. But yeah, in the next couple weeks, it's a lot of birthdays. So shout out to, first of all, give Eric Braden happy birthday. What's it? Oh, it's 97 people in the chat, Jenna. Almost 100. Okay, girl. All right, so let's talk about Bold. A lot of this had a lot to do. We still had the storyline with Electra and Ridge. Let's start there and get them out the way. Ridge and Brooke, and this whole thing with RJ and pushing him toward Electra along with Ivy. I'm just like, you know what? They deserve each other. Just let them be with each other and keep it moving. What do y'all
RJ
think
and
about
Electra.
what you say?
You talking about RJ and Electra?
Yeah, and Brooke is like, oh my God, she's just all giddy. And, he's like, I ain't trying to marry the girl. Well, you never know. And then they turn around and made sure that they once again tried to keep the hold. How do I want to describe this word?
The Maroney
Yeah,
Forrester.
talking about, you're not really like Eric. You're more like Massimo. Really? Y'all trying to make sure them two Forrester last names don't clash at all, huh? So to keep the people at bay.
You would think that if you have to continuously remind the audience that they are not blood related, that this probably just wasn't a good idea to begin with.
Yep.
Like, let's be real.
And
it's cringy every time they do it. It's extremely cringy. That the fact that they have to do that, they have to put this in dialogue.
Y'all so worried about that, but y'all wasn't worried about what happened with Will. Oh Lord, here I go. Yeah, I'm just saying.
And even with that, they're actually blood related, and they don't even like to acknowledge Will and RJ as being family either.
Yeah, they pretty much act like they're strangers that just met. But I look at this as it'll be another layer to the Katie, what's her name? Katie Brooke feud, because we see Brooke is pushing him to to get with Electra. And I'm sure at some point Katie is going to weigh in.
You know what the crazy thing about that is that a few weeks back, Brooke was telling RJ, "Well, she's with Will. I think you need to leave that alone." And da da da. And then all of a sudden, y'all fast forward. Oh yeah, go for it, go for it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Brooke always likes to compete, especially through her children. You saw the decade, almost 12, 15 years that she used Hope as a way to compete.
Mm-hmm.
Just to say she got one up over on Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep, I agree.
This is all she knows.
But yeah, that part was like, wow. Can y'all be more obvious by talking about how often do we even hear about Massimo?
Never.
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 So you know that you're being disingenuous by using that in that statement not once but twice because they did it a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
And they actually used him in a past tense, so I'm assuming they said they're letting us know that the character has passed away or something, but they haven't acknowledged any of that, which is crazy to me.
Mm-hmm. No, you don't remind me of Eric. You remind me of Massimo. Really? Okay. All right. And then there was this, and I figured it probably was going to be that, but that spoiler that Ridge and Brooke were going to see something that they shouldn't. Them two kissing. Why shouldn't they have seen it? It was in the office.
Right. And I'm like, Brooke, they did far worse in their day.
Right. You know, I thought maybe they was going to see Ivy doing something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm like,
Did they see? Did they see RJ and Electra kissing?
Yes, that's what it was. They were peeping through the design room door. That was the spoiler.
Oh, that's right.
It's the same. Remember when they were putting in the spoilers, like, oh, Brooke and Ridge are gonna have an intense and passionate kiss. I'm like, that's not a spoiler.
Right.
Like we've seen this for years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think there was like a time, sometime maybe like last year, they were saying Ridge was going to tell Brooke a secret or something, and all he did was to say "I love you." Like they over dramatize somebody's spoilers sometimes, but oh well.
I know it's crazy, ain't it? It's like y'all be doing too much. It's, you know, some of the spoilers be lying.
Yep.
That is crazy.
How about how weird? I feel like every week not Electra, Ivy just gets weirder and weirder when it comes to her obsession with getting Electra and RJ together.
I know,
because
right?
she was extra last week. The way that she was, or was it the week? Was it the week before when RJ and Electra had dinner?
Oh yeah, and she sent that photo.
Yeah, maybe it was last week when Electra asked her about posting the photo. But it's like she's just doing way too much, and it's very creepy. Like Electra has become creepy now.
And it's her, the way that she talks about RJ is, I'm like, girl, are you in heat? Do you desperately want a man for yourself? Talking about like, oh, his arms, like he's so handsome, he's so muscular. I'm like, fan yourself or something, girl. It's like you want to live through your niece or something.
Right. Talking about how he's a Forrester, as if she and Electra aren't Forresters.
Right. He's a Forrester.
He's a great man. He's just like Ridge. Ridge is such an honorable man. It's like, okay.
An honorable, like Prince. I was like, girl, when was this?
And that's why when I had her did that Serena clip with Ivy, I said the way you talk about RJ to Electra, you sounded kind of creepy.
Mm-hmm.
And then talking trash about the Spencers, I'm like, ma'am, you were just obsessed and missing Liam, who is also a Spencer.
Mm-hmm.
That's her problem. That's the problem. She got rejected again.
Mm-hmm.
So now they're trash.
Oh, now they're trash.
Poor
Now
little
they're
tink
trash.
tink.
Yeah.
Girl, she needs to go on somewhere and find her some business. That's what she need to do. Get out of these kids' business. If that girl wants to be with Will, she gonna be with Will. And to
Right.
force RJ upon her, and not in that type of way, but why would you push somebody to be with somebody who her heart ain't 110% there? It's just not.
And oh, sorry.
Go ahead, girl.
I was going to say, in that picture, the second one on the top right, when she was talking to Electra and saying, "Oh, well, I don't care what happened with Will. He still lied and cheated."
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't care if he was taken advantage of. That's
Yep.
what she said.
And I'm like, can we not do this within the same week?
Yes. And I'm like, once again, the show is produced by a man. He clears all of the script and all the writing. So you were perfectly fine with this narrative. I don't get how the men are okay with.
Yeah, the soaps, all three of the soaps were questionable because, Haley said did a little something over there on that side too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait to get to that part. Ooh.
I mean, I'm thinking like, what was in the water out there in LA that y'all wanted to write all this type of stuff? I think the other show is in Georgia.
I mean, after we got the auntie nephew one night stand, it's not, nothing is impossible on these shows anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, you talking about with Finn and Poppy?
Finn and Poppy. Yeah. If you can write something like that, then yeah. I don't think there's anything else that can shock me on these shows.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
And then have the nerve to say, well, we weren't trying to write her to be a groomer. Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right, which now moves us to the other side of the coin with this situation with Taylor and Deacon. So it started out the week, which we kind of talked about. I think we talked about that a little bit last week. But either way, this fool, Sheila comes up in there with a knife, thinking that the girl was being attacked. In the meantime, he hightailed it out of there with nothing but his pants or his shoes or whatever it was. And she up in there thinking that the girl was having sexy time by herself and all that old kind of stuff, girl. So it brings us to them two not being able to stay away from each other. And it goes into that whole thing that this girl, we kind of talked about this too. Steffi couldn't go away for one night, and you can keep that man from over there. She told you not only to stay away from him, but you brought this man up into your daughter's house. Y'all was upstairs in the bed about to do. Unless Sheila hadn't interrupted y'all.
I don't know where to begin.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Taylor talking about, I love him. This man is in some bushes. He heard his wife and he took off running, hopped out of a 2-story house to land in some bushes. He didn't care what was going to poke him, as long as it wasn't that knife come from his wife. And this is the man who says that he loves you, has done nothing to move forward to be with you, except sneak around with you and want to sleep with you. That's it. I'm like, he left you butt naked alone with Sheila, and she had a whole knife. If Sheila were to smell cologne or see his watch, see his wedding ring, see his shirt, anything, it would have been over.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand Sheila should not have been there. Sheila is still Sheila. It's just not going to change. Taylor and Deacon, keep the door locked if you're going to cheat. At least cheat properly. Like, you're all up in your daughter's house, funking up her rooms. Well, I guess barely, since they didn't follow through with it.
Mm-hmm.
But all this moaning and groaning, and you just leaving pizza boxes, leaving doors unlocked. Y'all couldn't spend any money to get a hotel to do the deed. Y'all both are acting like you're broke and you're not. Y'all are incredibly lazy. At least Taylor was able to orchestrate. You need to park down the street, or yeah, Taylor, our kids are gonna be leaving here. You can come here around this time. I just had to see you, so you can orchestrate that. Why don't you orchestrate him going to a motel or something, so you wouldn't get yourself caught up in these situations? And then him turning off his location every time he goes to see Taylor. I'm like, you don't think your wife is going to suspect anything with that? Mm-hmm. I know I would.
Mm-hmm.
But this right here, I mean, he's an expert cheater at this point. It's what I keep saying. He's cheated throughout all of his relationships on the show, except for Macy. So here's my thing is, had it been Brooke that was in that bedroom, he would have stayed. But because it's Taylor, he had no problem hopping out the window, because she is that dusty and that desperate at this point in her life.
I don't understand how they keep saying they want a future together, as if, well, you got to get a divorce first.
Uh-huh.
I mean, what future? And y'all, and the way Deacon wants this, they want to sneak around. You a sneaky link.
Yeah, but that's the thrill for them both. That's why she's not asking for anything, and that's why he's not pushing for anything either.
I don't even think these two love each other. They love the thrill of being with each other.
Mm-hmm. I agree, 100%.
Because if, just say, like, if Sheila was out of the picture, how long would this last before Ridge start throwing hints at her and she'd be ready to drop kick Deacon to get the Ridge again?
Exactly. I don't think, because Ridge, he flip flops his women every other year, so we know Taylor's turn is coming. And just the fact that this man was complaining about his wife, lying to him about Luna, like she kept the secret about Luna. This is back in October, November?
Yeah, it was like September or something like that.
Way back then. He has been telling how many lies since then?
Mm-hmm.
He can't even hold that over Sheila's head. He has no problem trying to date a whole other woman while he is married. He's told lies, got his kids to lie for him. And I'm like, you've made all of this effort. And how many months is between September and now? Like 6 months, 7 months, something like that?
Something like that.
He would have been and had a divorce.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
And free to move however he wants. And then Sheila would have to deal with it. Mm-hmm. But he has no problem going home to his wife, laying next to her, paying bills with her, sharing a business with her, and telling her he loves her, and yada, yada, yada. And then tells Taylor sweet nothings just to keep her around. He likes the thrill. I don't think he really wants to be with Taylor for real, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. He likes the thrill of it all. I mean, she came off of a rebound and he was mad. He was mad at Sheila because of the lie, and she's upset and coming off of the rebound of being broken up by Ridge. It's a recipe for disaster. And just like we were saying, how y'all start out is how you end up. If these two ever get together, Deacon will probably end up cheating on her too.
or she'll probably cheat on him with Ridge.
Exactly.
And I'm like, you would have broke up your marriage for what? But he's acting as if Taylor was the greatest love of his life, and he got together with Sheila just because of the brokenness and yada yada yada. And I'm like, you went to great lengths to keep her from serving her sentence after what happened to Taylor's
Right.
daughter and her son-in-law. And Steffi begged you to not help Sheila out and to keep her away. And you went against that and kept saying that she changed. So now Steffi's going to you and say, like, hey, this is what you chose. You need to stick with that. And if you can't, you're not about to get my family involved in your mess. And I'm glad that she has stood 10 toes down when it came to that.
But the problem is her mom too. You know, I mean, that's what Finn was saying. Like, listen, your mom ain't got to get some accountability in this too, because she could tell Deacon whatever. She gonna have to. And I think that might be a spoiler because is it tomorrow's Tuesday or Wednesday? There's a spoiler that's Finn, Ridge, and Steffi is gonna take matters to protect their family. So I know that there's a confrontation probably going to happen with Ridge to Taylor. I'm wondering if Steph going to put her out.
I hope so.
You need to at this point.
Right.
She should have done it as soon as Taylor told her, yeah, I brought this man you don't want in your house.
Mm-hmm.
Your mama is a mooch and disrespecting you in your own house and now putting you in danger. And on top of that, she's still trying to be in contact with Deacon. She keeps telling you, oh, I love him. I love him. Okay, then you need to get your own place, mother. Go and then go be with the man that you say that you love. Let's see if he loves you enough to get a divorce.
Mm-hmm. Because here's the...
So apparently that's another spoiler this week that they posted on that spoiler page on Twitter that I can't remember if it said, I have to look for it. I can't remember if it said he tells Sheila or he tells, what's that girl's name?
Hope.
Hope.
That he's going to divorce Sheila because he wants to be with Taylor. I just don't understand why did it take so long for the writers to get to that point? It makes zero sense to have them continue telling each other they loved each other, and we didn't hear a word about him getting divorced until now.
Mm-hmm.
And you got Hope encouraging her daddy to sneak around. I'm like, yeah, you definitely your parents' child, for real.
Yeah, there's another spoiler this week about Hope is going to defend her father or stand up for him. I'm like, for what? For being a cheater?
Probably because Steffi is going to blame it on him instead of holding her mom accountable like she does with both her parents. It went in one ear, not the other, when Finn said, your mom isn't innocent either. She went right on back to blaming Deacon.
You know what? You are absolutely right. Because what she said is, oh, she's just, she's struggling coming off of Ridge and all that. No. I mean, it rebounds, yes, okay, fine. But she's supposed to be, there's a higher level of standard for her to be a therapist. It's like, girl, you know better than this. But I guess the heart blinds you.
I guess that we'll run with that. I'm like, this is not the only time that Ridge has left her. Like I said, he flip flops between these women every other year. It just wasn't her turn. Her turn is coming up soon because Brooke is bound to screw up somehow. But I mean, yeah.
What'd you say,
Keith? I don't need another round of Ridge and Brooke breaking up because Brooke has upset Ridge and he runs to Taylor again. That is beyond played out. It was played out the last 4 times they did it.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need another round.
It's their bread and butter on this show. It's going to happen, especially since they're not going to cast a new man, an available man without any issues, or like a psychopath person around them. They're not going to give that to Taylor. They would rather her look like a side chick, like she is this young girl and is allowing this married man to display her in her face. And I'm like, you're a whole grandmother. You're supposed to be this educated woman. This is not your first rodeo. You should know how some people move. Mm-hmm. And like you were always saying, T, she gave Brooke all this grief over the years about her interfering in her marriage to Ridge throughout the years. And now you have the nerve to interfere in another woman's marriage. I don't care if it's Sheila. Whoever it is, like, where is your moral compass for doing this?
Yeah. The crazy thing about that whole thing that happened over at Steffi's house with these two, if they had went to, I don't know, some other place like a hotel, Sheila would have came there. Nobody would have even been there. She wouldn't have known the wiser.
I mean, take a note for Eric. Every time he cheated, he always got a hotel. Even the last time he cheated with Donna, he got a luxury resort hotel. I'm like, okay, at least you weren't trying to do it in Quinn's face. I mean, if you're going to do it, just didn't do it right. If there's a right way to do this, spend some money. If you're going to go about this, but they want to be cheap mooches, just.
Well, she was disrespectful. I mean, how you bring this man in your daughter's house, clearly knowing that Steffi wanted no parts of Deacon, period. Mm-hmm. That was disrespectful. You couldn't say, hey, listen, you want to see me, I don't know, let's go to the Mosey Wozy Hotel, and I'll meet you there. But he's a business owner and she's a doctor. You can't tell me y'all can't afford $89.99 a night.
I'm like, especially Taylor, she hasn't paid rent since she's been on this show. She has hopped literally from her daughter's house over to Eric's house, back to her daughter's house. So you mean to tell me she ain't got a little pocket change to contribute to this cheating mess?
The way they've constructed this whole storyline is just stupid to begin with.
Yeah.
Especially this last little segment of the way that Sheila found out.
Are you talking about today's episode? Are you talking about in general?
Everything that happened last week.
Oh,
just
yeah,
having
with the
Sheila
sand,
pop up over
the
there
pizza
with flowers.
box, all that stuff.
Yeah,
okay.
She ain't been to Sin's house in how long, but suddenly she thinks it's okay to pop up over there with flowers because they're not home, because she knows that they're not home. She walks in the back door. Seriously, she goes upstairs because she thought she heard Taylor being attacked, even though she heard the music playing. Like, come on. And then when she busts in the room, she stands there and talks to Taylor for what? A good
10 minutes.
5 or 10 minutes.
Right.
Even though she thought Taylor was having her own little personal time. You thought it was a good idea to stand there and continue talking to her.
Right.
And the pizza box is what set you off? As if DoorDash doesn't exist, as if it was odd that there was a pizza box there from Il Giardino, like Steffi and Finn don't order food from there. So it's just, I don't know. They could have come up with a better
Well, they tried to clean it up a little bit, Keish, by having her check the deliveries.
Check the deliveries and question one of the guys who makes the deliveries. Like,
right.
That was, I'll give her credit with that. And then checking around the apartment to see if she finds something. And then this fool got sand in his boots, knowing good and well, when he said he went to go to dinner with Hope doesn't live by a beach. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm like, you can't even cover up your tracks. I'm like, you want to get caught. You want to be the victim in your own cheating affair. I'm like, you want her to catch something. And he's banking on like her turning crazy and everything, so he can use it as an excuse as to why he's leaving.
Mm-hmm.
Even though he chose that crazy person.
Yeah. They're banking on her reaction because they know that that's going to carry more weight than them cheating.
She's gonna be slow and calculated. That's what I was saying earlier.
Well,
I'm
I
like,
mean, Deacon was stupid enough, and that's why I put that poll out there because if we kind of touch on it, I don't want to give all of it away. So it looked like it's 60-40 in my particular chat with the votes that we do have. That look like majority of you guys have seen today's episode. Um, if you don't want to hear us kind of touch on some things, and you kind of want to watch it for yourself. I mean, maybe, I don't know. We can say spoiler alert. If you want to hear it, fine. If you want to step away, fine too. Um, but today was pretty darn interesting to say the least. We probably will talk about it more on Friday. But yeah, for Deacon to sit up there and talk to Hope to act like, oh, she don't know nothing. We're good. I don't think if she would have said something, if she would have really known something, she would have said something right away. That ain't how you supposed to move. You supposed to calculate first before you react.
mm-hmm. And she is the type to do that. And we've seen, I don't know if anyone in the chat watches Snapped, the way that they get calculated and putting stuff in coffee and in cereal and putting stuff like in the shampoo. That was a crazy episode too.
You know what? He's so silly because that girl was asking a lot of questions and being passive aggressive about certain things that she was saying to him. And you mean to tell me that didn't give you an alarm bell to say, "Oh, wait a minute, she might know something"? Because why is she asking all these questions? He's still oblivious to the fact that, oh yeah, she don't know nothing. I think I'm covered. We're good. Yeah, okay. Right now, as we speak, Sheila is confronting your little sneaky link.
Yeah, exactly. Once again, I'm like, Taylor, all the things to get yourself into. I know you're bored, and I know you're desperate, but girl, of all the people, this man, and he's proven that he ain't worth nothing. He's not reliable, and I'm like, he's showcasing how he's going to be with you when he gets with you, because he doesn't have a track record of being faithful to anybody, and Taylor knows that. These are not like two ships passing in the night. She knows very well how Deacon used to be and how he still is. Because are you okay with this man sneaking around behind his wife's back? What happens when he's with you and he get bored with you? Because all that thrill and all the excitement about sneaking off and, all this intensity will eventually go out the window. And then what?
Yep, I agree. Yeah, it's a mess. It's a messy mess,
That man flew out of Steffi's window, meat flying, him laying in the bushes, and I'm like,
wait. Did you say meat flying?
I'm trying to be. Y'all get what I'm saying?
Yes, like, crazy.
Like, he landed in the bushes. He had no problem with anything poking at him in the bushes. He didn't want to deal with his wife. He was perfectly fine leaving you stranded. They even stayed back to see if you were okay. He went ahead and went home.
And played sleep on the couch.
Okay. And I'm like, you have a completely different shirt on. You don't think your wife would have recognized the shirt that you had on before you left?
Yeah, that whole thing was insane. But for those, and I'll just say spoiler alert, And I know some people in the chat is like, go ahead, T. The end of today's episode, cause Bree, what did she call Taylor?
She called her a lying, manipulated bee, and a lying, manipulated, cheating bee. I was like, yes, exactly, because Taylor was trying to backpedal to the highest level, and Sheila was checkmating Taylor with all of her excuses, and it was just a beautiful sight to
I know,
see.
right?
I'm
Sheila did
like,
it perfectly. She didn't
and
go in
she,
the door slashing. She was cutting her with her. She was surgical with her words.
yes, she was. She was very clear. And exactly, Nicole. Nicole Ewan says, Sheila said, Taylor, you're going to respect my marriage, which is the last thing I do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, girl, this is the mess that your daughter was telling you about.
Girl, and she
And
was
that
like, "Yeah,
ending,
we're in love and we want a future together." Okay, but you got to go through me first.
oh,
I'm legally married in the state of California to this man.
mm-hmm. Yeah, and she could drag out that divorce and you would still be a side chick until she say otherwise.
She could drag out
And
that divorce for years, deny everything. Well, what about this? Nope, I want this. What about that? Nope, give me that too. No, I don't want that. She could drag this out for years and you be sitting on the sideline creeping with him.
And to be honest, I think it's going to be a blend of all of our theories that we've shared in the chat. Because I remember Keish and J Money were talking about like how she's probably going to go after the business or something like that. I think that she will, and I also think that she's going to be slowly calculating to make Taylor and Deacon's lives miserable.
And
And
as long as she stay above board, doesn't do anything violence related, hey, she's doing it the way of the system.
like Taylor might find something like in her conditioner and it takes all her hair out. Like it could be like funny manipulations, but like it'd be justified after everything that Taylor and Deacon were doing behind her back. I would be here for it. So she's gonna be like like calculated like that. I am
Mm-hmm.
here for it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the opposite. I need
Uh-oh.
Sheila to suffer because she still ain't suffered for paid for anything that she did when she tried to kill 3 people.
That's on Bill, and that's
Yeah.
also on Deacon.
On
I don't
who?
care
You say
who. I
Bill
don't
and
care who
who?
it's on.
Oh,
It's
Deacon.
she still got away with 3 attempted murders. So I am going to relish in whatever pain is delivered to her through Deacon cheating on her. This is the only form, the only method of punishment that I can get for Sheila. Like this chick got off scot free for 3 attempted murders. I'm going to enjoy this.
Well,
But I know that Taylor is going to be the one that loses in this because she's the character that is not favored behind the scenes. So I know this is probably will not is not going to end in a happy ending for her, and it will probably be another happy ending for Sheila. I'm just going to try to enjoy what I can.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess we shall see, girl. Cause yeah, she come up in there and she was like, "You ain't finna get in the way of my marriage." Now they, like I say, middle of the week, Deacon and Taylor, not Deacon and Taylor, Deacon and Sheila are supposed to have reflections on them on their marriage, and they'll have a painful discussion or something. But then by the end of the week, somebody's gonna be watching Deacon and Taylor. So are they gonna break up this week? I don't know. It could be stretched out to May sweeps. I don't know. I guess we'll, obviously have to see how it goes. Because those spoilers could be wrong or they can be cryptic and be something totally different. So.
I'm here for it. I'm here for all the Sheila antics. And as much as they keep saying that Sheila is dangerous, they still once again go to the restaurant. They know all of the things that Sheila has done in the past, and they still have no problem either running up on Sheila or being at the restaurant, being in her presence. The fact that Steffi and Finn removed the security cameras all because of Luna, I'm like, but Sheila's was still always a threat. And now it's even closer to home for Steffi. Now Steffi wants to be on high alert. I'm like, girl, think of your mind.
That's why keeping the character around made zero sense, because everybody is always going to be there's always going to be something that doesn't make sense when it comes to Sheila and interacting with her or whatever the case is. Nothing is ever going to make sense because they're always going to have to find some way to incorporate Sheila in the storyline.
Mm-hmm.
That's why she should have just been written off, whether she stayed in jail or she skipped town and is on the run. A character like that is just not made to stick around long term the way she has, because it dumbs everybody else down.
Right, I got you.
I mean, at the same time, we've seen the remakes of the Michael Myers movie for how many years? Like they find a way to remix like these types of characters around. I think that she could probably use a break from Bold.
Who?
And go to Sheila and go to Y&R and give, Lauren and Phyllis and a little bit of grief and then try to reconnect with Lucy. Like that would be like
they should have ended up putting her with Matt Clark.
Okay.
That's what should have happened with her. They should have sent her to Y&R after she got out of jail. It made no sense to keep her around after she got out of jail and tried to incorporate her as a normal person in everybody's lives. Mm-hmm. And then doing the goofy stuff like having people still go to El Jardino. Like, why would any of them do that?
Mm-hmm.
I agree. But having Sheila on Y&R, that would create a lot of different storylines because she has a lot of history over there too, and she got a whole grandbaby over there. Her and Sheila got the same grandbaby. That would be such a great storyline. Anyway.
Like, anyway. All right. Did we cover everything on Bold?
Yeah.
We didn't talk about what actually happened at the very end of today's episode because I kind of want to leave that up in the air because, I mean, whoever is, if that's happening, it's one thing which I doubt very seriously.
It's not.
It's not. Based on the spoilers, it's not for the rest of the week. But if it's the receiving end of that, it's like, why would you go that dark in your head?
I know.
It's like why you want to think about it like that?
That is so nasty, but it's like it gives good horror movie. I liked it. It's like, oh goodness. Mm-hmm. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll definitely dive deeper into that this week when we go and do the live on Friday. So
that picture annoys me.
Which one?
The one of Deacon at the very bottom left.
Oh, when he was in the brushes?
In the bushes. I'm like, Steffi's neighbors could have seen him fly out. I mean, literally meat flying out.
So wait a minute. He only had on his boots and nothing else?
He grabbed stuff, but he still flew out the window. He had something covering up his manhood.
Mm-hmm. He had on his pants. He actually posted, Sean Kanan actually posted to Twitter and said that they were seeing that people thought that he was naked in the bushes, and he said that it was confirmed. He said that it was confirmed that Deacon had his pants on.
He had time to put his pants on and fly out the window. That man was covering up his manhood in one scene, and then he was putting on his pants in the other.
According to the actor, he said he had pants on. He said Deacon was wearing pants when he was in the bushes.
Yeah, well, alrighty then. He confirmed. Wow. Alright. Let's
He
go.
probably put them on mid-air or something. I had to watch that scene again.
Because I mean, it's not even realistic. Because from the time Sheila yelled out, Taylor, and then kicked in the door was like 2 seconds. How'd you do all that in like 2 seconds?
That's what I'm saying.
That entire scene wasn't realistic.
Exactly.
Sheila walking in the back door of that house wasn't realistic.
Mm-hmm. And none of it made sense, Keish. None of it. And then you stand up there with a woman naked in her bed and you having a whole conversation. It's like, get out.
Exactly.
Whether it was a man in the bathroom, a man outside in the bushes, or I'm in here by myself, I ain't got no clothes on. Would you get out?
Right.
And you having a whole, so what are you doing? Oh, is he still here? Oh, you having sexy time. Look at all the candles. I'm like, girl.
That whole segment was so annoying. It was so annoying.
They was trying to make it funny, but it was not. It was tacky. And I'm like, girl, get out of there.
Yeah. Ron, Julian, you and J Money are on the same page. He was asking, do you ladies want to see Lee and Sheila together?
No. I don't even like the fact that Sheila and Lee are besties now. Another thing that makes zero sense.
Like going to brunch and like having girl time, painting each other's
nails. Girl, they had to they gave her a friend faster than they gave Steffi a friend.
And Taylor.
And
Taylor still don't have a friend. Taylor ain't had a friend on this show
since
Stephanie died.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't even consider that time with Brooke a friendship. That was 3 months of them being
fake. That pact that they had, and then a week later, she was kissing Ridge under the mistletoe.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, they trying to give her a friend, a bond. I don't know what that's about, because they are definitely look like BFFs now.
Yeah. Like, you want to go to lunch? Yeah, we'll leave for lunch. Yeah. Oh, I'm like, this woman tried to run you off the road, but okay. I'm never that forgiving, personally speaking, but
right. I'm just waiting for the moment when she tries to convince Finn to give Sheila a chance.
Okay.
Finn, he looked like he ain't budging. The way he was panicking today about this whole thing. He's still Team Steffi on that one.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how this is going to result. Like, I saw something online of saying like fans want Taylor and Deacon to have a baby. I'm like, I don't think...
A baby?
They almost 60 years old.
And same way they keep saying about Sheila getting pregnant. I'm like,
that girl is she a great grandmother yet?
Who?
A grandma. She's a grandmother, I know, with Lucy and
Ridge, Taylor, and Brooke. They're in their 60s.
Yes, they are.
I don't think they're great grands yet.
No, not yet.
Not yet, but she's a grandmother.
Other than Luna and Lucy, does she have any other grandchildren?
Who?
Luna,
Sheila?
Lucy, Hayes.
I like older grandchildren, I mean.
Oh, I don't see. That's the thing. We don't know if Ryder has kids. We don't know if Mary has had kids.
Yeah.
Because Sheila got like 5 kids.
Yeah, she does. And one of them is Ridge's sibling.
So she'd have to have kids old or grandkids old enough to have their own kids, and I don't.
Yeah, I think
she does.
Maybe Luna is the oldest one.
unless Lucy had like a teen pregnancy.
Yeah, because Luna was the oldest of the two of them, so that mean, like you said, Lucy has. Yeah, so.
Yeah.
Anyway. Alright, we got to get through Beyond the Gates. Where y'all want to start with this one? We had some Nicole Carlton issues. We had some Bill and Kitty Cat issues. Deanna had issues with her mama. Haley definitely had issues with Tomas. And then we had the Easter getaway over at the club. And what's the lady that was singing?
Jennifer Holiday.
Jennifer Holiday. Yep, she was there this week.
We could probably touch on
y'all
that.
don't know where y'all want to go.
We can touch on the holiday stuff.
Okay.
Because we didn't see Anastasia, didn't we?
Yeah, we did see Anastasia, and then Anita checked her.
Oh, we need more of her. Like, she had no right to bring up that baby and saying that, oh, she's not really a Dupree. No, we're not about to do that. I'm glad that Anita, like, going through what she's going through, still had the energy to check Anastasia, and I loved every bit of it. We need more Anastasia, because this is the banter that I like that they don't give the Leslie character, because they make the Leslie character just plain old like annoying.
Yeah.
And whereas this is kind of like this uppity, rich.
There's history
people.
there.
There's history there. It's very Real Housewives to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I love this energy with it. And I bring on Anastasia's whole family, all the messiness of their family to the show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This is just like her second time taking that jab at Samantha.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that, yeah. But I'm like, why are you going after the baby? Like, I can see you going after the grown people, but not her, Samantha. Come on now. But at the same time, I expect it out of this character, and it's just tastefully done. It's very, like, she gives off like the Jasmine Guy sort of energy. I forget what different world, but it's like if she were to be like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like this very uppity and snooty and everything.
She's actually classist the way that they want us to feel like Kat is.
Perfect. Right there. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
An elitist, like, but it's the messiness that I love. Though I loved Anastasia when she first came on in the show. Like, I want someone to clock her on the fact that she paid a whole escort service. Like,
wow,
she did. Because she was one of Vanessa's clients. Like, I want all of that to come out. Like, does she have a husband? Is she trying to like get herself something on the side? Who are all her kids? Like, everything. Like, how does she get her wealth? Like, they need to bring on more families like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, that was a pretty good scene. Anita checked her real quick. Yeah. Put her in check for saying that about her granddaughter. I want to kind of touch on Vanessa, because does it seem to me that she's trying to change Joey into something that he's not?
Yep. She's also lying to her kids.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, she definitely is trying to. I feel like she's trying to change Joey to suit, I guess, her life, as far as bring him around her friends and family. And it's like, girl, do you really think you're going to change this 60-something-year-old man into what you want him to be? to be, I guess, acceptable for your family and for the people that you're around, that is not going to happen. So to me, it's like either you accept him the way he is and you deal with the fact that you're probably about to lose some friends over it, or you need to drop him and move on, because that man is not going to change for her. If anything, she's changed for him. Like, she made herself a whole criminal.
Yep.
she runs a brothel with everything.
Not even the brothel thing, because, well, I don't know if the escort business is 100% legit, but there's an app for it, so they have it set up like a dating site. But because remember, the daughter had signed up for it and she found out.
Oh my Lord!
But it's the whole thing of her willingly laundering money for this man. You have she's a business owner of this prestigious real estate company, because they talked about how big her real estate company is, and how she's this really big entrepreneur, blah blah blah. So you're risking your livelihood and your name so you can be with this man, like willingly laundering money, embezzlement, or whatever. I don't know what all the legal terms are, but you're doing this because you want to be with this man. I don't have anything for Vanessa, because she's doing a lot of goofy stuff.
I think they both have.
You said they both have?
Yeah. I mean, look at the great lengths that Joey has made just to, for one, get Doug out of her life. But the fact that he's done a lot of different things that was out of his character, like him bringing her to his penthouse, bringing her into the business, him like parading himself with her whenever she asked in public and everything. I feel like they both kind of changed each other. I think the way that she wants to change him is to appease her kids. It's almost like she wants to try to mimic her husband a bit, and her deceased husband a bit, to where it's likable for the general public. Like when they were with Nicole and Carlton and with her kids, and he's letting her know, like, hey, this is who I am. Like he views the world completely different from her, because on top of like having her real estate business, she comes from old money. She doesn't have to be a part of his businesses. Like if she wanted to spend money all day, she has plenty of money, because that's the reason why he wanted Doug to get her in and to help pay off his debt, because she had a lot of money in her bank account. So she was going based off of how he made her feel, and now she's caught feelings. And then I feel like slowly in the process he has too. And I think with Deanna being involved, that might change a lot of that.
I feel like her decisions, though, like the things that she has changed, is detrimental to her kids and her livelihood, whereas Joey was already a criminal. He's already had people.
Yeah.
Like, Doug wasn't the first person that he had taken out. So it's not like that was anything new for him. He's used to doing that kind of stuff. She, on the other hand, was not a criminal before this. So to me, she's risking her relationship with her children, with her friends who she considers family, and her lifestyle, her livelihood for him. All he's doing is just inviting a woman into his life again.
Yep, I agree.
And she gonna sit there the way that she lied to her kids, and not only lying to them, but also playing the victim to her kids about her relationship with Joey. Like she's completely beside herself that Deanna said what she said to her when they were in that diner. And it's like, but Deanna's right. You're sitting there lying to your kids about how there was nothing going on between you and Joey. Not to say that she had to tell them everything, but don't sit there and gaslight your children as if they're just completely out of this world for thinking that that's what was going on when they're not wrong.
Well, it seems like Donnell is. I feel like he's going along with what his mom wants, whereas Deanna, she's like, no.
Mm-hmm.
Deanna was punking her.
Yep.
Deanna was punking her left and right.
Mm-hmm. You know, and they tried to blindside Deanna because when they met over at Orphe Jeans, and Vanessa showed up over there, and she's like, what you doing here? So I mean, yeah, and then for her to flat out lie to them kids like she wasn't dealing with the night the man got killed, you was in the hotel screaming your lungs out.
Right. Oh, in another country. Or not another country, but they were when they were in Puerto Rico.
They were in on an island, and she was talking about she wants round 4.
Mm-hmm. So
and on top, it's not even just Joey. She's been cheating on their dad for years.
With all the escorts. What was that guy that was working at the club? Diego?
Diego.
He was just one of them, but Joey said that she was one of his best clients. I'm like, good God.
Yeah. Yeah, all that crying and whining and what was me crap that Vanessa is doing. I don't feel sorry for her.
Yeah. Because she didn't love him like that. That wore off, and she's basically told her kids, hey, that wore off years ago. So she'd been cheating for years, and she even threw that in Doug's face, assuming that he was also sleeping with somebody else, because she knew she wasn't really sleeping with her husband. When she slept with her husband, we all were in shock.
Yeah.
Oh, that one scene.
Yeah, that one love scene they had. And I almost feel like she tried to use his Doug's gambling addiction as her excuse. And I guess I could understand to a certain extent if Doug made her feel lonely because I don't know, he was checked out because of his addiction or for whatever reason. But I feel like there's something in there that she has to also take some accountability in too, because you were still married to him. And I know that she said at one point they stayed married because of their kids, or I don't know, because they were together since high school and she still cared about him, whatever the reason was. But it's like, why put on this front for your children if you weren't truly happy? Then divorce him. And then you can go live your life and get in bed with whoever you want to, and you don't have to worry about your kids finding out later that you were having an affair on your husband the day that he died.
And months prior to that. But I mean, he had an addiction. She had an addiction too. She was addicted to pain.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a chronic addiction to be one of the best paying customers at the escort service.
Right. That is correct.
She can take her little tears and go somewhere else.
Right. All right. Let's see. We have to now talk about the Carlton, Nicole, and Kyle thing. So originally, they met up with Vanessa and Joey, and that whole thing went left because Joey decided to insult the doctors.
Yeah, he was doing way too much because it
Yeah.
wasn't even necessary. Like it was like he was waiting to pick that fight,
Yeah, so they can go away because he didn't want to do this thing with Vanessa.
and she just sat there silently and let him do it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what bothered me because she didn't try to check him not once. I think there were a couple times where she said something like, "Oh, I don't know, something to the effect of don't let's let's not do this." But it's like you jump on everybody else's back when they have something to say about Joey. She's jumped on Danny's back. She's jumped on Nicole's back before. She does it with her kids. But she sat there and listened to Joey pick that fight with Nicole and Carlton about their professions, about Nicole's family, and she didn't say anything.
Mm-mm.
Like, that's your girl. That's your best friend who you've known for decades. And you just sit there and let your man disrespect her like that.
Right. Yep. Sure did. Surely did. Which now, of course, obviously, they're mad. They go back to Nicole's place, and then everything went left between Nicole and Carlton.
Mm-hmm.
What y'all thoughts on that whole thing with how, he said that, she's different, and that, he was cool with the Nicole that she has always been from where he known her for 30 years. So
Well, if that were the case, she wouldn't be sleeping with him. So he pretty much enjoyed the change when it suited him up until she doesn't want to carry on any relationship with him.
Right.
So what is he complaining about? He's benefiting. And on top of that, he has no qualms with the fact that now she's divorced, now she's single. She's telling you to your face, hey, I'm gonna play around for a little bit. You can be an active participant, or we can still be friends. But either which way, I don't want to be in a serious relationship with now. This man said, okay, sure. Knew there was a whole other man involved. He's still, okay, sure. You can't just expect for her to just up and change for you if she doesn't want to be with you in that way. Like, everyone is a mutual beneficiary of everything going on. And if you want a relationship, clearly that's not the woman who's ready for it. You were sitting out, holding out hope to get Ted's wife. And Ted's wife is not in the building. She's a completely different person because she's trying to find herself. She catered herself for 30 plus years to one other man. And she's trying to unlearn that and learn herself. And if you cannot handle that, no one told you to sit there and wait. You made a choice to do that. Yeah. That's just me.
what you got, Keish?
I just thought it was very odd that he, like Bree said, he wants the old Nicole, quote unquote, the Nicole that Ted had.
Yes.
I don't know. That just came off weird to me. And I feel like he's always looking for a moment to bring up or remind her of how he thinks that she's changed. And we've, like Bree said, we didn't hear him complain about this new Nicole until she started dating Kyle too. That's when it became a problem somehow. And for him to compare, because he said that Nicole was projecting her being upset about Vanessa and how Vanessa has changed where Joey is concerned. He said Nicole was projecting. He felt like she was projecting because she's also changed too. And it's like you can't sit up here and compare Vanessa and the stuff that she's doing to what Nicole's doing. Because to me, Nicole isn't being erratic. She's not out here breaking laws. She's not hanging out at all hours of the night or on drugs or anything like that. She's still functioning like she was before she got divorced. She's just single now, and she's dating around. And maybe she's changed her wardrobe when she goes out on dates. Like that's not a change to where some red flags have to be raised. That's like Bree said, she's finding out who she is now that she is not married anymore. Ted was her life for 30 years. So now she's got to figure out who she is without him. And Carlton keeps acting as if Nicole is just out of control. And to me, he picked that fight for no reason. And it's like he was just looking for a reason to bring it up yet again, that he feels like she's not the same Nicole that he knew before. And it's like, yeah, she's not. She's divorced now. She's not the Nicole that you knew when she was married to Ted. And you would think that one would not want to, I guess, I don't want to say recycle, but saying that you wanted the woman that your best friend was married to was just weird to me, generally.
Gotcha. Alrighty then. Which now brings us to the situation with Bill and Haley and Tomas and Kat.
I'm really hoping that they do the storyline right. And there's consequences, because this is a major allegation. And I'm wondering, since there's more people getting involved with this Haley storyline, because they needed to do something, because it was moving kind of slow. Especially now that we got Kat involved in this, I'm wondering if the doors or the walls are really closing in on Haley. And I wonder if the jig is going to be up by May sweeps, because at this point, you are lying on one of Bill's employees, and he could easily turn around and file a lawsuit against the whole law firm.
Defamation.
Allegation. Yep. Yeah. Because and the thing, I think Tomas knows that. I wonder if that's actually going to play out, but you're accusing him, and you actually have to showcase proof, because right now it's just hearsay. But the fact that you're bringing this up, right? And I'm glad Naomi also caught it, like how she's bringing this up, especially after that lawsuit that Bill had faced in the beginning of the series, where those women were facing those allegations. And so you know how very sensitive that is. Defamation, especially with the man, that's damaging. Whether he's especially if he's innocent, like you can't even prove that. But I'm hoping this catches up with her, and we're not going to get any foolishness like we got on Bold and YNR,
right?
Where these things are just said about these men, and nothing's being done about it.
Yeah, that whole thing was a mess when she accused that man of SA, and he believed it, and that an accusation like that can take legs of its own without the proof even being shown otherwise, because people have lost endorsements, jobs over just word of mouth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's very sad that this happens, but it happens more often than we think, and maybe that's I'm hoping that's the narrative that Beyond the Gates is moving, where they want to put this out there and showcase like how this hurts people. But at this point, there's got to be somebody's got to face a consequence on this show. Haley's getting away with everything. Leslie's getting away with everything. Joey's getting away with everything. Who suffers consequences on this show?
Exactly.
Cat.
Yeah, she said Cat does.
Like, Cat is blamed for everything, but Haley made a huge mistake because Miss Impromptu Detective Cat is going to get all that information. We know how she worked to try to get Leslie into jail. She really, and you're going to go after her man who ain't worth nothing, but still, that's still her man. That's who she wants.
Mm-hmm.
She now you got more eyeballs on you. Kat is not going to let this go, and I'm glad that she stepped up to Bill about his wife.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, you need to check who you're with before you try to check my man. And I also liked how Tomas got his little zingers in when he confronted Haley too. Like, I do like this dialogue. They're not having Tomas just roll over like a dog and be treated like a doormat. I'm glad that he's taking action. I'm curious to see the direction that this is going to go in.
I agree. I agree. You got a cold, Bree?
I think it's just something in the air. It's been raining. It's just like a little tickle in my throat.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, girl, I was just trying to make sure you was good.
Oh yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, so and then this whole thing with this case with Jacob and Smitty and I just wish they'd hurry up and move this storyline along.
Every time Jacob is on the elevator and them dang on glasses and that hat, like, do they really think this is a good disguise?
Mm-hmm. They do,
like he
girl.
Literally just put on a hat and some glasses, and that was it. Like they've seen him time and time through the security cameras, which I'm surprised it hasn't come into play yet. But
Mm-hmm.
like,
And
it's
we
not
got
even
this thing
like
with
Ashley would have recognized him.
Mm-hmm. And you got this thing with Leah, and she now knows from what happened in the stairwell that something else is going on. I think she's the ringleader.
Well, yeah, she definitely seems to be the boss in the hospital. The way she be talking to what's his name?
Grayson.
Grayson.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Yeah. It's just. I don't know. Do you? Let me ask you a question. Do y'all think the show is still moving at the height that we were going at, or do you think it's kind of plateauing now?
Oh no!
Okay.
Like I think like there's storylines you can kind of tell that they're kind of dragging their feet and maybe they're trying to figure out direction of those characters. But in comparison to the other shows, we get actual storylines that move.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forward to watching every day.
Okay.
Compared to the other two.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I was just wondering what y'all thoughts were.
Yeah, I love this show.
Yeah, so it is. I mean, there's certain storylines that it's like, okay, and then there's other ones like, woo, you really get in good with it. So
yeah,
yep, I agree. Did we miss anything? Because I'm looking at my screen. I'm trying to think because we talked about a lot of the stuff that's on screen. The whole thing with the wedding, that is in today's episode. I did not get a chance to see it, but from what I understand, it's all about Jacob and Naomi's anniversary and their past and flashbacks and stuff. So I will definitely get more into that on Friday.
She acknowledged she has a husband. Nice.
Yeah, about time. I'm trying to think. Was there anything else? Let's see. Most of that Anita stuff. Anita's was the week before. So
yeah, who's in the bed in that second right?
That's
picture?
Kyle and Nicole.
Oh, I was like, is that? I said, it's Detective Nelson. No, okay.
Yeah, and it
Um,
seems like a running theme because once she get mad at one guy, she go jumps with the other one and go out to dinner, and then that one goes left, and then she's back on the other side. So,
she having a good time while she doing it. But trying to think if there's anything. I know Eva and Donnell had a conversation. Um,
Oh, she also had that conversation with Joey about Isaiah,
mm-hmm,
basically gushing over the fact that he was there for Isaiah when
mm-hmm,
his father wasn't, which I couldn't stand. That I don't like that.
mm-hmm.
I have my issues with that whole little thing right there.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I got
and
you.
to be honest, I think it just it's just stuff that's building for me that makes me feel that Joey is really Isaiah's father, because he was talking about when he was younger and seeing him,
But that
as a
mean
young.
Darlene was sneaking and creeping with him.
Look, I can't put past anything with any of these folks on this show.
I know, right? I
I,
know,
I
right?
mean, can you see her, Elon, and her together? Honestly,
I thought they looked good together.
Yeah, I thought they was
So today,
cool. I,
it's just
I,
they seem like they're different to me.
oh, really?
Yeah, because Elon, he's a whole dirty cop with the stuff that he helped try to cover up, and Jacob was trying to point out about his daddy. Whereas she is, I don't know. It just seems like they were different to me.
I don't know. I thought they were. I'm assuming she doesn't know that her husband is a dirty cop.
Oh yeah, I'm sure she said she doesn't, but I was like, they seem, I don't know, different to me. I don't know.
Mm.
Maybe because I want them for myself.
You're so crazy. All right. So again, did we cover everything then? I think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So let's go on over and do our final segments. It's Monday night, and then I'll get you guys on. Moving on for the rest of the evening. We gotta flip the script. Who's taking several seats? Star of the week, pickle of the week, and the Simple Olympics, along with the Lily Winters Award. So, what are you flipping on Y&R?
I wish that banter with Phyllis and Lily was better. I would have loved for Phyllis to really get some jabs in and not get interrupted by Victoria. Like, I feel like that should have been a separate conversation with Phyllis and Victoria.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let her really get on Lily for what she did.
Gotcha. I guess mine would be send Patty packing. I'm just, I mean, no shade to the actress because obviously this is a gig for her right now because she haven't been over here for a while. So what's her name? Stacy Heidick.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we thought she was coming back to be a part of the Mariah storyline. Not.
Man, we were way off base on that one.
Way off base on that one. And so to bring her on for this, yeah, that's where I'm at on that. Did you have a flip for Y&R, Keish?
I just would have liked for Devon and Nate to have been a little more harsh on Lily than what they were.
Okay. I got you. All right. Bold flip.
I would have loved for Steffi to have been the one, or she could have also walked in and seen what happened. I would have loved for everything to have transpired all within that night, versus it being a slow reveal, to where it's being dragged out to the next day. Though I would have loved for Sheila to have been there with the knife, Steffi seeing it, and then Hope and Deke rushing over to Steffi's house. Like I would have loved for it to been like a big thing.
I think it would have had more because they made that like Keisha was saying earlier, that whole storyline from start of Sheila walking into the door to having that conversation in Taylor's bedroom was ridiculous. I would have rather for Steffi to catch them, and that would have made more of an impact because number one, you disrespected me by bringing this man into my house. All this other stuff with Sheila sneaking in the back door, and oh my God, is somebody attacking her when there's music and moaning and groaning? How did you get there? You just looking
Right.
for a way to do something, then come nobody was there, and it was just dumb. And so I kind of would have, and even with my speculation videos from a couple weeks ago, I was so hoping that that Steffi would have been the one to walk in there and blow this thing sky high with her mama.
Yeah, I was hoping for Steffi, that it would have been Steffi too.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right. Did all y'all get your flips in for bold?
Yep.
Okay. BTG.
Hmm. I'll say at the dinner with Nicole and Vanessa and all of them,
Mm-hmm.
I would have liked for Nicole to have kind of gone off on Vanessa for letting her date disrespect her like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think not that they had to, I don't know, I guess sit in the restaurant and have a full-blown argument, but I don't know. I feel like Vanessa deserved a little more smoke than what she got.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I agree. Agree. What you got, Bree?
I would have. I'm trying to think. I think when it comes to Deanna and Vanessa, I would love for Deanna to slowly find out from like this random like women or like over here about like the escort service. I feel like we're zeroing in about Vanessa's relationship with Joey, but I actually want her to find out all the activities her mother had done as of late.
Gotcha. Okay. My flip on this one would have been, I was just thinking about it. What was it? It just slipped my mind. Um, Shoot. Keish, did you do yours?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. See, I know.
Yeah,
I'm
mine
getting
was a Nicole,
right.
the dinner with Nicole.
Right. Okay, I must be getting tired. What? What was it? What was it? It was something I was gonna say.
It's about Haley or
Mm-mm. Dang it.
At
Oh,
Tomas.
yeah, I know what it was. I wish that Bill would wisen up about his wife. I mean, he's just, for him to be one of the biggest, smartest attorneys in town, your wife is playing you because you letting your emotions rule you when it comes to her.
Yeah. I wonder if some of that has to do with he doesn't want everybody to be proven right about Haley, because they've been telling him from jump that either she was using them, calling her a gold digger.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and he changed his will too, didn't
Oh
he?
yeah,
Yeah, so but yeah, that would have been my flip. That um he kind of wising up about, at least. I mean, he's obviously starting to see some things, which is why he had a conversation with Joey last week.
Yeah.
But it's like, man, you one of the biggest attorneys in town who knows everybody's business, but your wife is playing you and poisoning you right under your nose.
Yep.
Yep. All right, who taking seats on YNR?
Victoria.
Diane.
Yeah. Lily.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Seats on bold.
Mm, I mean, the obvious ones are Taylor and Deacon. But I'm going to give Steffi. Oh, wait, no. I'll save that one for the end of the week. Because
Oh, okay.
that didn't happen until
Oh yeah, that
today.
happened today. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give Ridge
Oh,
and
you know what?
mm,
I'm sorry. Hope can get a seat too. Because she was all for her daddy and Taylor sneaking around and all that crap. And then, was it Friday? She wanted to start getting all concerned.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, now
It
you
was,
scared.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you literally told that man to have fun.
Right. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna give Ridge and Brooke a seat over that whole Massimo comment.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like, really? You really
Ivy
trying
can
to
have a seat for being creepy.
that too. All right. Seats on BTG.
Haley.
Vanessa.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Carlton can have a seat.
yeah, he can. Lord, he needed a seat over at somebody else's house. Stop worrying about Nicole. She don't want you like that. She
You
never
know what?
did.
And I'm going to give Chelsea a seat too. Because I didn't like that comment she made to Kat. Even though I understood her point when she said, when Kat was telling her about how Haley accused him of sexually harassing Lynette, and she said something about how his behavior is questionable because he slept with Eva.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, girl, you weren't saying none of that when it actually happened. We
Okay.
needed this energy from you when he actually slept with Eva
Yeah, but
to
he
try to
was.
convince your.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, you go ahead,
To
girl.
to try to convince your cousin to not take him back, but she was doing the opposite, and now she want to try to call out his character.
Yeah, that whole thing didn't even. That's two different worlds. He didn't SA Eva. This girl
Right.
is accusing him of SA, and those two were willing participants. Eva so much so she was willing to stick it to her sister. But this
Mm-hmm.
here with Haley, he's trying to accuse her of harassment, which could destroy his career.
Yeah.
So Chelsea definitely can take a seat for that one. All right.
Yep.
All right, star of the week, Y&R.
Joshua Morrow.
Yeah, I agree with that
That's a
one.
good one.
Yep. Star on bold.
That knife that Sheila had.
That's what I said last week. You so silly. Oh man, I'm gonna get a pizza box a star. So
Yes.
since that was the pivotal point of the week to get Sheila triggered.
Of all things.
All right. All right. Everybody got their stars in? Okay. Pickle of the week. I mean, star of the week, BTG.
The actress who plays Anastasia.
Okay.
It was so good to see her.
I'm going to give it to Deanna holding her mom to court.
Yes.
Girl. Oof.
Yes.
She
Definitely
is not bending. This woman telling all types of lies and gaslighting her daughter, and her daughter is not having it.
They're still saying that girl is 50-something years old.
She is not no dang on 50. There's no way that's true. There's no way.
They need to update that.
Yep.
I don't know why they haven't yet, but oh well.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I gotta give it to her. She been cutting her mama up left and right, and then she want to cry tears. Oh, my daughter, you telling that girl a whole bunch of lies. That girl know you've been messing with Joey, and if she knew, what really went down the night that Joey died, I don't think she'll talk to you ever again.
She would disown her mom.
Mm-hmm.
With Dougie Fresh.
And then her son is having questions about it too when he had that conversation with Kat. He was like, maybe, maybe I need to start thinking something happened. All right, Pickle Young.
Victoria.
Ugh, God, yes, girl. Her and Claire.
They both disgust me. Like, I don't see what men see in her, in either one of them.
Yeah, Claire and Victoria. And I'm going to give Diane a pickle because of her comment talking about even though he was drugged, he should have made a choice. Man, get out of here with that.
Yeah, that was so messed up. Disgusting.
I'm gonna give Sienna a pickle because what was her issue with Audra?
Because she thought that she saw her holding Noah's hand across that table.
Like,
And
exactly.
she thought
like,
that she was creeping
like
up
that.
on her man.
She don't look that boy like that. That's why she was so quick to leave him.
Yeah, well, that's the problem. The moment that somebody else want him, now she want to get in her feelings about that. It's like, girl, please.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember who it was last week talking about Mariah and Dominic's kidnapping. I think it was Tessa and Daniel talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm giving them a pickle because I understand that Mariah is her wife, but all of the excuses and the poor Mariah crap when it comes to Dominic, no.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
We forgot about Daniel and Tessa last week.
Because it was a filler.
Yeah, like they're going on tour and stuff, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Sorry, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
at least it's a job. It's a job for Daniel.
Right.
He for love being Tessa's shadow. At least get paid to do it. So I guess I'm all for it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Pickle Bold.
Ivy. I thought it was just actually I'll give it to both Ivy and Electra. Just the way that how Ivy has been moving, but Electra for just completely just ignoring the fact that your aunt took a picture and posted it on your social media.
Mm-hmm.
And like you were talking about, T, after this whole stuff that has happened with Remy about photographs and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
she had no consideration of her niece after going through all of that. And then you turn around and post pictures. And then Electra just let it slide by. Oh, yeah, but you shouldn't have did that. Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm gonna give the pickle to that ridiculous plot of having Sheila walk into Steffi's house just because somebody didn't come to the door, and that's how this whole thing is unraveling with Taylor and Deacon. They could have come up with something better than that.
Mm-hmm.
The office setting was right there. Something that we watched Sheila do for months, which was pop up and walk right into Taylor's office. That's where it should have happened.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna give a pickle to Deacon because I mean, like you said, he was out there with pickle swinging and everything else. I mean, left her up there, and then he still wants to sneak around. I mean, it's like, yeah, dude, lazy cheaters, sloppy cheaters, according to Bree.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Broke cheaters.
Broke cheaters. They don't want to spend no money. All right, pickle BTG. Vanessa.
Yeah, I was gonna say Vanessa or Bill. I'm trying to think else.
I'm gonna say Carlton and him constantly trying to. I don't know if I want to call it humbling Nicole yet, but I feel like he constantly tries to remind her that what she's doing is wrong in a sense, or he doesn't approve of it, or he just wants her to do what he wants her to do. I don't know. I don't like that. Almost every chance he gets, he tries to remind her that he doesn't like that she's dating two people.
It's like, get over it.
And yeah, I need him to let it go or move on.
My pickle. I think I said Vanessa was mine. So yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anybody else I wanted to add. Oh, I think that's it for me. Okay.
Was it last week when Anita said that she wanted to put out a new record using Barbara's voice?
Barbara's voice and call on
Devon.
Hamilton.
Yeah.
That was last week, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that'll be something else that what's the crazy lady's name? Leslie is gonna stick her little nose into because that's her mama.
Right.
You using my mama's voice, I should get a part of this.
Mm-hmm.
We know that's coming.
Yep. Know it's coming. All right. Now we got a Simp Olympics.
I actually had to think about this.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to put Holden in there because this dude is just. This whole conversation back and forth with Audra is like, dude, stop. That girl don't want you right now.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Oh, Claire.
Yes. He's irritating. It's like, if the girl had already told you no, leave her alone.
Yeah, I don't understand why he's so desperate.
I can't see myself without her. This is something he said to Audra in tomorrow's episode. Something like that, right, Bree?
Oh, Lord, that means we're about to get a I'm in love with you declaration. And Claire's probably just going to look at him like he's an idiot.
Yeah, that whole thing is so crazy.
But the way Holden's mama got on Audra.
Yeah, that was cool. Oh, we forgot about Holden's conversation with Lily last week. Was that last week?
You said Holden's mama got on Audra?
Yeah, that's tomorrow.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And you know how Vivica is.
It was good. And the way that Audra was trying to kind of clean it up and she had her hand out. His mama didn't want to shake her hand, and it was good. I actually liked it.
Do they know each other, or this was their first time meeting?
No, that was Audra's first time meeting Holden's and Stephanie.
Holden's mom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, that should be interesting.
Yeah. That's gonna be interesting. But I
was gonna say she catches Holden and Audra in mid-fight or mid-argument too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, Holden Taylor gets the Simp Olympics. I'm trying to think of anybody else.
I had so for me, I had bronze with RJ. I gave Vanessa silver.
Okay.
I gave gold to Bill Hamilton with all this Haley stuff.
Okay.
And I gave platinum and cosmic and everything else beyond that to Taylor.
I can agree with that. Yeah, because all of them is just doing too much. Yep. All right. And Lily Winters.
That's gonna go to Diane. It was a toss up between Diane and Victoria this week, and the way that Diane is treating her own husband is just deplorable.
Yeah.
Like I almost want to give them a tie for their foolishness this week, but I'll give it to Diane.
Yeah, I agree with that one. That girl made me so mad with the stuff that coming out of the way that they wrote that dialogue was just literally insane to me.
Yeah, I'm hoping, especially since they write 4 weeks in advance, they can. We know you listen to the podcast. Just clean this up a little bit because this is looking crazy.
Yeah, that, and we can't forget about what Ivy said about Will too. So I mean,
Yeah.
y'all got to do better with this nonsense because you cannot create a double standard like that where you had the male character like Zende who got literally destroyed in social media for the hint of impropriety. Yet, yet, you got two blatant situations where y'all play it out like this and y'all just let it slide. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That is crazy
Absolutely.
work, diabolical work.
Yeah.
All right, y'all got anything else before we shut it down?
Oh no,
Nope.
I'm good.
Okay. And make sure y'all hit the like button on the way out. Subscribe to the channel. Follow on the other social media platforms. There's a Facebook group. We have on Instagram, TikTok, and all of the other platforms as well. Stay tuned for more Serena videos since you guys are liking those, whether they're spoilers or street talk in these soap streets. So stay tuned for that as well. All right, you guys, and until later, we will talk to you soon. Have a great night. Bye, Soapies.
Bye.